to another exciting episode of Chilling3000 Hangouts. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday. And after a week off, we are back from my vacation, which was a mini baseball road trip. I had a lot of fun. I'll explain my trip later on in the show. And today we are going to be interviewing a radio host, a news anchor, and a game show fan by the name of Doug Morris for the next 45 minutes or so. We have also more fun things in store for you later on in the program tonight. And just to let you all know, unfortunately, for the first 10 to 15 minutes or so, there has been some technical difficulties with StreamYard, microphone, all that, but it'll get better and better throughout the ways. So, without further ado, let's get to the interview. Alright, everybody, I'm here with our next interview here on the 3000 Hangouts program on the Network 1000. Please welcome our next guest, Doug Morris. How are you doing, Doug?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. Tell us about what you do for a living and where are you from?
I'm originally from Wichita, Kansas, as the Midwest accent kind of gives away. As I like to tell people, I'm a Kansan by birth and Ohioan by choice, but Southern by the grace of God.
Ah, okay.
Dayton, Ohio is my adopted hometown, but I have lived near Laurel, Mississippi now for the last 8 years and have lived between Hattiesburg and Laurel for a combined 30 years and change. And I think I'm going to settle here after about 30 years and change.
Yeah, I hear you.
A lot of people know Laurel is the setting for the HGTV series Hometown.
Okay. Interesting.
Absolutely.
So you're a radio guy, and also you work for other type of news, stuff as well. Tell us about how you got into the radio and TV business.
Let's see. I started in radio really in college, and started working at the public radio station at my alma mater, Southern Miss, and started working there in the summer of 1992, the long hot summer of 1992. Did a jazz show, did news and sports updates during that jazz program. Also filled in for the jazz host on the program, and nearly got to host the alternative music show when the relief didn't show up in time. And the alternative show normally starts at 10:30, and my relief didn't show until about 10:29:30. So I came this close to hosting an alternative show, but the relief showed up just in time, and so I had to set up a part of her show just for a little bit, and she finally made it in time, and I calmed her down a little bit, and everything worked out just fine. So, I know precious little about alternative, so no offense to the alternative folks, but that worked out. And so I did that for 3 months, and then moved on to radio professionally. And I've done that now for 33 years and change, the last 29 at a classic rock station, WXRR Rock 104.
Very interesting. So tell us, do you have any memorable stories from those times that you worked at the radio and TV stations?
Oh, wow. One of those wild memories came up recently. Rock 104 celebrated its 30th anniversary on the air, so we did a walk down memory lane. Thank you. We did a walk down memory lane on social media, and my first on-air assignment, my first remote assignment for Rock 104 came up during the Facebook memories. I think it was either called Old Time Fest or Hub Fest. They kind of alternated between the two back in the day. I think it was Hub Fest back then. I'm pretty sure it was Hub Fest. Anyway, I was working with the morning ad people do all sorts of wild stunts for concert tickets and all sorts of crazy things. We had men wear shorts and bikini tops, and then we had a young lady wear just a pair of shorts and our Rock 104 posters. Yeah, wild stuff indeed. It is on Facebook if you want to take a look at it for yourself. Wild stuff indeed.
And when was this again?
It's on our Facebook page, WXRFM. All that and much more.
I mean, when did that event happen?
Let's see. It was. Let's see. I joined the team in 1996, so this had to have been April, maybe May of 1996.
Okay, so
what a way to join the team.
If it would have happened today, it'll get canceled. Just saying. Everybody gets affected about everybody.
Who knows?
Yeah. Like, I mean, just every little thing people get affected nowadays is absolutely nuts. And plus, another thing about technology and also people is that you can never get away with just a simple device. Anybody could be recording you at any time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, back in the day.
But those were the days.
Yeah. Would you prefer going back to those old days or stick with the better technology we have today?
Honestly, today's technology has really helped me put together a better show, and with the writing and everything, so it's made for a smoother production, smoother writing. And I mean, I could put together a show much faster nowadays with today's technology. So the technology that we have in the here and now versus what we had in 1996. I mean, I firmly embrace it, especially with social media. I genuinely love what we have. I love today's technology, today's tools. So totally.
Yeah, same. But I miss the old technology of, I think you'll remember this, Windows XP. That was one of my favorite computer software.
Oh yes, XP.
Yep. The old-fashioned Windows computer software. That's what I grew up with, and then unfortunately that had to be taken away and went to Windows 7, 8. Tell us what type of news that you report on that TV station, news station.
News of general interest. I'm a digital content producer for a group of television stations, mainly focused in the Southeast. I oversee stations in Meridian, Mississippi, as well as Jonesboro, Arkansas, and Jackson, Tennessee. We manage the digital content for those three stations, and manage the local news for those three stations. And so whether it's fire, crime, or just general upcoming events in those communities, we covered it all.
That's cool. Was there any favorite stories that you covered?
Favorite stories from those communities?
Or news?
Well, get a load of this. We're all aware that Wink Martindale passed away recently.
Yes.
And Wink Martindale was a native of Jackson, Tennessee. So I got to share some insights online about Wink Martindale's life on our Jackson news website, and in particular, we went in depth on two of his big hits, Gambit and Tic Tac Toe.
Yep, very classic game shows that he hosted.
Absolutely, and it really was insight that I don't think anybody else in West Tennessee managed to cover. I mean, I'm sure other outlets at least
mentioned
them briefly, but we at least went into in depth on those two big successes. I mean, Gambit was his first big hit, big entry into the game show world, and of course, Tic Tac Toe really cemented his legacy in the game show world. And then everything else that went forward from there, like High Rollers and Death. I mean, that was kind of gravy from there.
Yeah, 100%. Now, as for now, you still do that TV station nowadays, correct? You still do.
Oh yeah. It's still do that during the business week.
Where can now for those who are not in that local area, where can they watch it?
Okay. Let's see. In Jackson, Tennessee, we're on WNBJ NBC 39.
Okay.
And Jonesboro, it's KJNB Fox. And yeah, we also have a CBS station in Jonesboro. And Meridian, we have a presence on Fox as well as NBC and CBS.
Okay. What about for people in Massachusetts that want to check it out?
Massachusetts, unfortunately, we don't go that far north.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Well, yeah. I wish there was a way you can stream it online on Facebook or YouTube.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah. We do. We do have a social media presence and YouTube and Facebook and all that jazz. But
okay.
All right.
Yeah. And what about for the radio side? Do you still do the radio?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I try to do a social media post at least once a day.
Okay.
And or if not every other day.
And when do you go on the air and what time does it stop on
here? Sundays, virtually all day. We go from midday through the evening time on Rock 104 on the Sunday show. Big long show, but
okay.
We have a lot of fun doing it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So let's get into game shows here because I know you're a big game show guy. How did you get into game shows?
Okay. Well, just I think I was intrigued by TV game shows just by my general love of games in general. My grandmother on mom's side of the family, who's no longer with us, introduced me to general games like Uno and basic card games like Crazy Eights and stuff like that. And Mealborn, I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's a game that simulates a French auto race, and that's always a fun game. And dice games like Yahtzee. And so I think my love of game shows is derived from just love of games, period. So
that's cool. What is your favorite game show of all time?
Favorite game show of all time? That's like asking a parent who's your favorite child. I mean, there's not one favorite show that I can peg down. Naturally, I watch a lot of Price is Right and Jeopardy and Wheel like everybody else, and of course Jeopardy. And as far as the classics go,
Price is Right.
Yeah, well, the Bob Barker days. Thanks to streaming, it's nice to get reacquainted with those days, particularly the '80s, and it's also nice to see some Scrabble again, courtesy of YouTube, and just there's not too many. I mean, there are certainly a lot of clunkers out there, like the notorious Shoppers Casino. We're all familiar with that clunker, I think. But yeah, I mean, even outside of that kind of stinker, I mean, any bad show, I mean, I would stomach through the whole half hour, but then after that, I wouldn't watch it much beyond that one episode.
Yeah. And also never watched the 2001 Car Stars, or no, because that one was.
Yeah, that I watched maybe one or two episodes. There is I don't know how big an anime fan are you? Just out of curiosity.
I'm not into anime.
Okay. There's an episode that for the anime fans who are out there, there's an episode where Bob, I think his name is Bob Pappenbrook. I have to go back and look.
Okay.
It was a contestant on there. Let me look it up while I'm thinking about it,
Okay.
just to make sure that I have his name right. Let's see.
Yeah.
I met his son.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Bob Pappenbrook competed on the 2001 reboot of Card Sharks, and sadly, Mr. Pappenbrook is no longer with us. But he ended up getting to the money cards round and did quite well, from what I remember. He was also on a much better show called Greed. Certainly, you remember Greed.
Oh yeah, I know. I definitely know. Yeah.
He was on the Super Greed episode after the team that won $2 million out of a possible $4 million. If you remember that group.
I really think they should bring that game show back, Greed, because that was a very exciting game show.
That was quite a challenge. That was a major challenge. Knowing what I know about who owns it and where things stand with networks these days, it's going to be quite a challenge to bring Greed back. But I'd love to see Greed make a comeback. There might have to be a few tweaks within the game to make it a little more watchable. But I would not mind seeing Greed make a comeback.
Yeah, same, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think of the game show Deal or No Deal, not the island person?
Okay. Deal or No Deal without the island?
Without the island.
Without the island. Deal or No Deal without the island, definitely one of the best out there, ever. Yeah. Howie is certainly made the show fun and exciting. And if it weren't for him, I think that would have come and gone in just one season. But Howie made it fun and made it entertaining and certainly made it suspenseful when it needed to be suspenseful, and certainly got a lot of mileage out of it. But without him, it would have been a flash in the pan, just in and out in one season.
100%. Deal or No Deal is how I got into game shows.
Is that right?
Yes. It's my top favorite game show of all time. It's a tie between Deal or No Deal and Price is Right. That are my favorite game shows of all time. And of course, my favorite term is Price is Right. Which, speaking of which, what do you think about Drew Carey hosting The Price is Right? And what do you think is the big difference between him and Bob Barker without comparing, because nobody will replace Bob Barker?
Bob, without question, those shoes were going to be tough to fill. Yeah. So instead of trying to fill shoes, it was just a matter of trying to make a new pair. And I think Drew has done a great job of just making a new pair of shoes. Every now and then, he stumbles here and there as if it's the first season, but it's forgivable because he still has that everyman quality, and Price is that everyman show kind of a situation where you don't need to be a rocket scientist to try to win the car or the $10,000 or anything like that. You just have to know prices, and it's just that kind of a show. It's just the show for the common folk. And Drew has just been that everyman kind of a person. And I think that's what CBS was looking for when they were looking for someone to succeed Bob Barker. And that's what they got so far. And so far it's working. They must have done something right, because Drew's still hosting.
Yep. And apparently he's going to host until the day he dies, or whatever the case, like Tibet. Yeah. So, but have you checked out the now? I forgot the name of the owner of the McMurray channel. Have you checked out their Price is Right hosting editions?
I have seen I've seen the Price is Right live episode in which George Hamilton was hosting, and that was an interesting watch. Uh, at times, the announcer Randy West kind of had to carry him through that particular show because George at times, yeah, it kind of here and there, but that was an interesting watch nonetheless. Uh, the episode in which Roger Lodge was hosting The Price is Right live, yeah, that was a really great watch because Roger Lodge is an absolute pro at whatever he's hosting. I don't know if you remember Camouflage on GSN.
I've heard of that.
Okay. Camouflage was based on a hidden picture show circa 1980, but basically they replaced the hidden pictures with hidden words. And it honestly was a challenging word game, but it was still a fun watch. And Roger made it a fun watch. And it only lasted the season, but it was well worth the watch if you ever get a chance to see an episode or two. I'm sure there's an episode or two floating around on YouTube. Roger's also hosted dating shows, and he's also filled in many times on the Jim Rome sports talk show. And that's what he's probably known as a sports talk show host. But Roger Lodge is just an absolute pro at whatever he does. So to see him host The Price is Right live, that was a genuine treat.
Oh yeah. I haven't been to a game show taping in person before.
No, but no. Correction, I have. It's kind of a bittersweet memory for various reasons. My wife, who's no longer with us, and I went down to New Orleans to catch a couple of episodes of Wheel of Fortune, the real Wheel of Fortune, not Wheel of Fortune live, the actual Wheel of Fortune with Pat Vanna, Charlie O'Donnell, who is still announcing, and we all know he's no longer with us. I mean, they brought everything and the kitchen sink from Los Angeles to New Orleans to. They originally planned to tape 3 weeks worth of shows. They had to whittle it down to 2 because Hurricane Katrina was on the way. This was they were taping those shows at the Ernest Morial Center. So here we are, with we made the quality decision. We made the quality decision to just watch a couple of shows, and one of those shows ended up with $100,000 win. I don't think the $1 million wedge was in vogue at the time. Okay, so we watched the first show, ended up at $100,000 win. The next show we watched, it did not award any bonus prize, but that was still a fun watch. And after we watched 2 shows, I think it was 5 o'clock. Cindy and I looked at each other's watches. We looked at each other, and we're thinking, "Let's get the hell out of here." So we got out of there, and we hightailed it. We hightailed it for home. So, yeah, that's the only game show taping that I've been to. Memorable for all the right reasons and all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a funny story. Um, have you met any game show celebrities before?
I have. I've met Bob Eubanks when he brought his Hollywood's hottest game shows tour to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. He brought that to various casinos and other places all throughout the country, and he brought it to the Mississippi coast one time. And after that, I got him to sign a copy of his autobiography. I brought his book with me for him to sign. long after it had already been out of print. I got him to sign his book for me. So that was nice. That was nice of him to do that. And let's see. I'm sure there've been others, but I can't think of who exactly right now. I have met Wesley Ewer, who has local ties to this area. Wesley grew up in Hattiesburg, and at the time he was on a book tour. He was promoting his Christmas book, The Red Wings of Christmas. This was back in 1990. Yeah, this was back in 1997. The book itself was, I think, about 2, maybe 3 years old when I met him at the time. Do you remember? Do you remember Horshack from Welcome Back, Kotter? Ron Palillo?
No.
Okay. Well, Ron Palillo was the illustrator of Red Wings of Christmas. So Wesley Ure and Ron, yeah, Wesley Ure and Ron Palillo collaborated on Red Wings of Christmas, and like I said, this book was like in the mid 1990s, and we crossed paths in 1997.
Okay.
I'm sure there are other game show personalities I've run across, but I can't think of who else at the moment.
What about game show announcers?
Let's see, game show announcers. Let's see. Well, I follow Randy West like everybody else does on Facebook, and I've dropped a few little extra anecdotes to the anecdotes that he drops every now and then where pertinent, and but that's about as far as it's gone. Let's see. That's really about it.
Okay, very cool. I actually asked for my answer in regards to meeting game show hosts and announcers. Mark L. Wahlberg from
Yes. Yes, he's he's actually due to come here. Well, not here. He's going to be up in Philadelphia, Mississippi, in Neshoba County, bringing Wheel of Fortune live.
Yes, I actually went to a Wheel of Fortune live taping, and he was in the front, like he was a little bit towards the front of the stage, and he was chatting with some fans, and I got to get a picture with him, so that was very cool. And then, with my Make-A-Wish trip, I was able to go to The Price is Right and met both Drew and George, so that was very awesome. So now I can say I've been to a cable game show taping. I've been to many Price is Right live tapings, but that was the first time I've been to a cable game show taping wise. So
oh yeah,
very
very
cool.
My late wife was a big fan of reality television, so she got to see his fine work on Temptation Island. So it's amazing how our relationship works. She remembers him from Temptation Island. I'm more likely to remember him from Shop Till You Drop.
Yeah, I've heard of that game, so I've seen like an episode or two, and
the very short-lived Free for All on the USA Network. If you actually remember that show, you had to have been a body cast, because I don't think it lasted very long on USA.
Yeah, like game show from the past, like a pilot episode, or hasn't reached the first second season. What game show do you think should be brought back?
Believe it or not, I would love to see the Big Showdown make a comeback. The Big Showdown was a quizzer in 1975, and it only lasted 6 months on ABC. It was a show with 3 players. It was a standard quizzer. Jim Peck was hosting, and players had to race to reach a certain amount of points, and they couldn't exceed that payoff point. And once somebody reached that certain goal, then they would increase the goal or payoff point a little higher. And then when time was called after round 2, the 2 surviving contestants would have to play a whole new round and get to a race to 7 points. And then the winner of the day would go on to roll the showdown dice for a possible $10,000. And that was a fun show, and it was just criminally short-lived. course, this was back in 1975 when everybody and his brother was producing a game show. So that's it was a matter of that kind of got lost in the shuffle. So I would love to see that make a comeback.
Very cool.
I'm not
Is there
holding my
any
breath
particular?
necessarily, but that would be the one that I would love to see make a comeback.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any particular game show that you would love to host if you got the opportunity?
Ooh, good question. Um, One that if I had a chance among those existing would be Wheel of Fortune because I'm kind of getting up there in age. I'm and I'm in
Yeah.
I mean I'm nearing my mid-50s, so that jives along with my pace, if
Mhm.
you know what I mean. It's like, sure, 3 hours,
Yeah.
ma'am. That's good and simple. So, and simple would be good. I mean, Jeopardy would probably be a little too fast for my pacing. Um, so
Oh yeah.
that would probably be the show that I would want to do host if I ever had a chance to do it in real life. Probably not going to happen, but that would be the
Yeah.
quote unquote dream job.
I I still can't believe that contestants win on Jeopardy. Like that game is one of the most hardest I've ever seen on television. It is, you have to answer the question in form of a question. That's crazy, and you have to know all the culture, the past news. Like you have to be on everything culture related. It's crazy, you know. It's I don't know how they do it. I just don't know. Um. So you were born. Now you said you're in your mid 50s, so you're from the '60s, correct? Or did
I I was
okay,
I was born in Kansas in '72.
'72? Okay,
Back
so
to
what
'72,
was
as they
life?
sound. The Price is Right.
Yes, what was life like growing up in the '70s and '80s? Like, what was that time period like? You know, because it's
Growing
very
up in the
crazy.
'70s and '80s, fun times. Even though I was in a military family, so we moved
Oh,
around about every time we elected a president. So it was a little hard to develop long-term friendships. Certainly, we didn't have social media
okay,
back then. So once we moved on to a new city, we pretty much lost touch with the old neighborhood.
yeah,
Thanks to Facebook, I have reconnected with a lot of friends in Ohio. With Texas, not so much. I mean, I found maybe two or three friends from the old days, but that's about it.
yeah.
And
How
found
do
a
you
couple
stay in touch with
from
them?
Tennessee. Yeah, mainly through Facebook. Mainly
I
through
meant
Facebook.
like before Facebook.
Before Facebook, the good old fashioned U.S. mail.
Ah, what
You
was
remember the
U.S.
U.S.
mail
mail,
like? Was
don't
that
you?
just email?
Say again.
What was U.S. mail? Was that just email?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That and emailed. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, when was I forgot when was the first year that email came out? I know the internet came out in the like '90s, but
Let's see.
uh,
I started. For me, email got within my grasp in 1995 or thereabouts. At
1995.
least at
Okay.
least at least at work and at home about the same time, if not a little bit before. So
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Um, what what have you noticed? Like, if you can think of one huge um big thing about each decade from the '70s, '80s, '90s, etc. What is your favorite thing about those decades?
Okay. Favorite thing about the decades? The '70s, the game shows and the music. That's for sure.
The music.
The 80s, same thing, plus some certain television. The
Okay.
90s, virtually the same thing, even though the game shows did kind of take a hit that decade. Um,
Yeah.
and the 2000s.
2000s.
Let's say the 2000s. That's when reality TV started to get on the roll. Um, I really didn't get into reality TV too much, save for The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I
Survivor.
Yeah, I'm more likely to watch The Amazing Race than I am Survivor, because it's more
Okay.
fast paced, more action packed than Survivor. And
Yeah.
all that globe trotting and all that fast paced music and everything. And
Hmm.
my wife, who's no longer with us, it really introduced me to that show. So
Oh, cool.
I think it was like the fifth episode of the third season. That's when she introduced me to the Amazing Race. And
Okay,
from that moment forward, I was hooked. I'm like, man, this is
yeah.
intense.
Other than game shows, music, and your career, what other interests do you like to do as your hobbies?
Let's see, hobbies. Like to excuse me. Like to create graphics for certain websites, which I've managed to parlay into a career in more ways than one. And like to watch sports. That's a nice
Okay.
hobby in of itself.
Yeah.
Let's see, and video games. Love me some video games. And
Oh, it's still at that age? That's awesome.
oh yeah, oh yeah. The video game collection includes 80s video games plus video games based on game shows. Surprise, surprise.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, what type of sports that you like to watch?
Definitely football. Definitely football. Uh, also some basketball. And you and I have talked about the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, you like them. Um,
My family and I lived in San Antonio at a time when George Iceman Gervin posters were in kids' bedrooms all over the Alamo City. Goes back
wow,
a ways. Yeah. Heady
that's
days.
crazy.
Those were the days.
Yeah. Um,
We weren't
as for
championship caliber back then, but it was still fun.
yeah, as for football, are you talking about college football or NFL or both?
Um, Believe it or not, my preference is gone towards college. I would go back and forth between college and pros, but nowadays it's delved a little bit towards a little closer to the college, mainly because my
College.
preferred pro team, the Bengals, have not necessarily been lighting up the world a little, But whenever they are on TV or whenever I can catch them, I will watch. But that's about it. And the Saints,
Okay.
the de facto home team, these have not been the best of times for them either. So,
Yeah. Who's your favorite football team for college?
well, I have more than one. I have to include my alma mater, Southern Miss. And we have a great new coach, Charlie Huff, who I'm looking forward to meeting and getting to know. And of course,
Yeah.
my Ohio State Buckeyes. I lived
Oh,
there. Yeah, it's great. Lived there through most of the '80s through 1991. By the time we left Ohio to come here, Kirk Herbstreit was quarterback for the Buckeyes.
uh,
Now
Wow.
he's an analyst. Now everybody knows him as an analyst on ESPN. But yeah, but long
Yeah.
before that, he was quarterback for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Oh yeah. As for me, of who I like to root for is basically any team from New England. Last I think it was either October or November. I went to my first college football game at Boston College. So that was pretty cool. Um, and I went to another college football uh, game I forgot about was UMass. So that was cool as well. Um, College football is fun to watch because and plus it's right around the corner. It's on Saturdays and all that, and um, it's there's a lot of intense drama when it comes to those games,
Mm-hmm.
especially with those rivalries. Rivalries, excuse me. Um, but what do you think of the San Antonio Spurs? Recently, I know they're average, but I know you guys have a certain star on there. So
Well, yeah, and we've talked about him, Victor. Victor has certainly been quite the blessing for us. Yeah, if we can just build more around him, then we'll get back to the promised land, as it were, and we'll get that sixth
yeah.
ring. And of course, it was
Mm-hmm.
tough to see the Greg Popovich era come to an end the way it did. But
Yeah.
to everything there is a season, and I think we all knew that the Greg Popovich coaching era was going to come to an end. But at least he's in the front office, so that's something. And so we'll see what
Mm-hmm.
develops here in this next
Understood.
chapter.
Yep. As for uh, going back to game shows, have you done any game show training? Because I've seen that on the internet, and I'm just wondering if you got into that with the game show training stuff.
Game show
You
training.
know what? Training, like training game show stuff with each other.
Trading like trading tapes and such.
Yeah.
It has been a while since I traded tapes.
Okay.
Because thanks again to YouTube and such. But I did trade
Yeah.
tapes with fans back in the day. It's
Okay.
been a while since I've done that. But yeah, I've traded tapes. I've gotten a few tapes from Jay Lewis in Canada. There was the first time I gotten to see the French Canadian version of Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego.
Hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's different from outside the country.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how big is your game show collection?
It's
As
quite big.
as for VHS and or DVDs, if for episodes wise.
I'm looking at my VHS collection right now. I still have a plethora of VHS that I've not even
Okay.
bothered to to digitize. So there's a lot of VHS stuff over here.
Yeah.
I
I wish
just
there was, you know.
yeah. The problem is I don't have anything to play them on. So one of these days I'm going to have to go over to the nearest thrift store and find a good, reliable VCR to play them on, and just go from there.
Yeah, I was trying to say, I wish there was an easy way to digitize them. Have you made any game show graphics as for like uh have you made any game show games? Have you made any um game show fan groups or whatever? Anything like that?
Well, I'm on Net Game Central, and I've been there for the last few
Oh,
years, and yeah, so it's been great to collab with those folks over there, and I've honestly lost track of is how long I've been over there. It's been at least 5, 6, maybe 7 years now.
okay. Yes. I'm sure it's quiet down a lot. So I haven't. I need to check that out sometime. But yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to promote before we end this interview?
Let's say just come follow me at Rock 104 Rock Tracks on Instagram and at Doug Morris Games on Instagram. That's where you most likely find me on the social media these days.
All right.
All right.
Happy for this interview, and we'll be
Good to connect with you
after these words.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? Then welcome to the Network 3000.
We've got you covered with all of the variety of content such as our weekly programs
like Chilling3000 Hangouts, the Popcorn Panel Podcast, Sports Show Standing Stand, Breaking the Chains, and more.
We also got the game shows, game plays, play-by-play reactions, blogs, and other fun stuff
that you can only get here on the Network 3000. Subscribe today.
All right. How's everybody doing today?
Fine. Doing good.
That's good. Thank you very much to Doug for doing that interview. And he's the one who made Jordan and Eric those tic-tac-toe games back in the day.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's reassuring. Now we can, put him on the T-shirt instead of Rodney.
Exactly. So, it's been a long time. I got back from vacation because I was on a baseball mini road trip to Baltimore, DC, and Philly, which was a lot of fun. And we have a lot to get into to recap of what's happened since I've been gone. There's been a meme of the summer. There's been a lot of celebrity deaths, unfortunately. And all that crazy stuff. But hello to everybody in the live chat. We have Butterfly, Mystery Kind, Luke, Dom.
Mysteriously kind.
Mysteriously Kind, or however I pronounce it, I don't know. Tanner.
Mysteriously kind, not mystery kind.
We have Jaden, Danny, who's a troublemaker, like a certain someone, Dante, Dom, etc. And also Thunderbirds and Jeffrey, and many others that joined. John, yeah, all that good stuff. A lot of people. That's good. So let's get to the recap of what's happened. Unfortunately, we have some celebrity deaths that I want you, Jordan, to help me recap first, starting with one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Well, a couple of celebrity deaths that came into mind were, one of them was Malcolm Warner, who was, I think, a part of the Cosby Show at one point.
Yes, you are correct.
And also a famous rock and roll legend, and Ozzy Osbourne. He was he's arguably one of the greatest of all time when it comes to the music, rock and roll industry. Mm-hmm. And then there's also the one that has been hitting the fields as of late. That would be Terry Bollea, the immortal Hulk Hogan. It's been and I just watched SmackDown about an hour ago, and during the tribute, I could not be more proud of the audience in Cleveland, Ohio. They showed a lot of respect for Hulk Hogan. I can't say the same for people on social media that still harps on what was revealed 10 years ago, because the thing is, at the end of the day, we can only, the only way to purify the hatred is showing more love and compassion. And
Eric, want to say your piece, or
I was almost done.
Are you finished yet?
I was almost done.
Can Eric go next for a little bit?
Well, I'm almost done.
Okay, go ahead.
At the end of the day, in order to, the thing is, we can't be too judgmental of over one thing, because if anything, we are to be better ourselves in regards to not make mistakes, and that's how we react as a species.
Exactly. And,
so go ahead.
Give us your thoughts about the passing of Rogan and the other two.
Malcolm Jamal Warner was one of the biggest impact. The Cosby Show had the biggest impact on television culture back in the 80s. And unfortunately, this current generation, because of what happened with Bill Cosby's situation, won't be able to learn how much that show, much big an impact that show made in the in the 80s. Because this is these the three C3E celebrities were part of a huge 80s feel to it. And being an 80s kid myself growing up, these deaths kind of would have hit hard. Ozzy Osbourne. Now, I'm not a big fan of his music or the metal genre, but he was a pioneer for the heavy metal genre of music. I'm not a big fan of the antics like biting the bats off their heads or something like that, or biting a bat head off. I don't know. Anyways, he bit something off. But his reality show was pretty unique because it shows a different side of him. It's like he's like a fun-loving dad. My favorite line from him was, "I love you all very much, love you all with my heart, but you're all bloody mad." But he says the other word, but I'm trying to keep it clean here. And it always yells, "Sharon!" He was a pretty funny dude. Also in the wrestling, he was a part of the wrestling business too. When he was a co-manager with special guest co-manager with Captain Lou Albano, when he helped Lou managed the British Bulldogs to defeat the Dream Team for the tag team championships back at WrestleMania 2. And he also was a guest co-host, GM with his wife Sharon in 2009 on Monday Night Raw. So I thought that was so he did contribute in a way to the business. And also, the biggest one, I was shocked was when I came home from work. When I came home from work and I was setting up the computer online, I'm checking out things on my phone while I was doing that, and it says Hulk Hogan died. I'm like, this got to be a joke, right? And everybody, TMZ confirmed it. Usually TMZ wouldn't be such a reliable source, but WWE confirmed it. Everybody else confirmed it, and I had a phone call from Jason DeCanio about it. My parents sent me a link about it, and it's like, and I did.
Also, his family confirmed it.
Yeah, his family did confirm it as well. So, being an 80s kid and being a wrestling fan, this one hits pretty hard because the younger generation only knows him for that controversial incident back in 2015 and all that, and they don't understand. The problem is with them is they don't understand how much of a big impact Hulk Hogan had on the wrestling business. To me, and I said this on my video on my episode of Nostalgic Shenanigans, Chapter 7. You read episode 7. Check that out if you can. If it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, there would not just be the WWE being put on the map. There would be no WCW, ECW, TNA, MLW, AEW. And none of the wrestlers you see from those organizations, you would not be able to cheer for them. They wouldn't be where they are today if it had not been for Hulk Hogan. Because Hulk Hogan, people say, "Oh, he saved wrestling." No, he revolutionized the wrestling business. He changed it. He made it mainstream. He made it popular to watch wrestling. I mean, the NWA is the oldest organization. They came along before WWE, but it showed when Billy Corgan bought the NWA, he he revived the NWA, and Hulk Hogan basically changed the business. I mean, look at the biggest icons of the rest of the WWE from the 80s are all gone. Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, Roddy Piper, now Hulk Hogan. I mean, if you want, January 23rd, 1984. This is like four years before my parents got remarried. My father remarried. When Hogan beat the Iron Sheik for the title, that kind of got the ball rolling. But to me, like you talking about what got the ball rolling for wrestling and celebrities to intertwine, so to speak. You have to go date back to Andy Kaufman versus Jerry the King Lawler and that incident at David Letterman. That kind of like was the catalyst. It started it. Then it turned, and then we go in the WWE World Wrestling Federation. You had Captain Lou Albano being invited by Cyndi Lauper, who is trying to make a name for herself in the music business as well. She invited him to play the father on The Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And then that feud there kind of like kicked it off. And then you add Wendy Richter and the Fabulous Moolah, a women's title match. You know, the brawl for it all. And Wendy Richter won that match. And
No, I think it was the brawl to end it all.
yeah, the brawl to end it all. That's what it's called. Thank you, Jordan.
No problem.
The brawl to end it all. Then you got, you know, the whole beautiful ceremony thing with, you know, reconciliation between Cyndi Lauper and Captain Lou. They presented Captain Lou with something. Then Roddy Ray Piper came out and went nuts. He kicked Cyndi Lauper. Hulk Hogan came to the aid, and that's where I believe it got to the mainstream. And then WrestleMania 1, Hogan, Mr. T versus Piper and Cowboy Bob Piper and Piper and Paul Orndorff.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was Paul Orndorff and Piper. Are you okay?
Yeah, like I said, it's been a crazy week, man. I don't know if the heat or what.
It really is, man.
And the weather's been weird here already.
Like today, for example, it rained for like a half hour.
Yeah, it was sunny this morning, and it rained, and then Fenway Park had a double rainbow, and the Red Sox lost, unfortunately.
Well, you guys are lucky. I didn't get any rain. I mean, I'm hoping for some rain.
Hey, you're lucky that you won't have to deal. You won't have to deal with 13 straight Saturdays with rain. God dang it!
Sorry,
but if there are little kitties around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one you will get.
Hey, you just pulled your first Eric impression of lifting your arms up and putting them down.
Yeah. Anyway. Sometimes I want to do that. Anyways, and then, that's funny. Then, like I said, Hogan, at that point, you know, Hogan basically put wrestling on the map, professional wrestling, sports entertainment, put WWE on the map. MTV aired the match between him and Piper. And then he dominated for a while till 88. Savage took the title and all that. And then he
the Mega Powers.
Yeah, the Mega Powers and all that. Savage won the title. Mega Powers broke up.
Underrated yet forced tag team ever in wrestling history.
Yeah. And probably the biggest tag team names. Savage was talking to Hogan. Hogan had the title from 89 to 90 when he faced the Ultimate Warrior. Then Hogan got the belt back in 91. And then he lost it to The Undertaker. Then he got it back. And then he lost it again. Then 93, WrestleMania 9. 93 was his last year back then in the World Wrestling Federation. And
that's a WrestleMania I like to forget, 93.
Yeah, WrestleMania 9. I thought it was fun to watch because of the outside.
It made me fun to watch, but the thing is that the finish of WrestleMania 9, I'm sorry, that was pathetic.
Well,
that was Vince McMahon's thing.
Yeah. Well, be that as it may.
I got no problem with Hogan's title. That was never my problem. My problem was the way you got someone that just won the damn thing off of Bret Hart, and yet all of a sudden you want to give it to Hogan all because you want a happy ending for WrestleMania. Like, I mean, I get it. I mean, everybody loves a hero, but the problem is sometimes you have to have a villain to take over so that way you'll have a sequel for you to have a happy ending.
There's no favoritism.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, anyways, Hogan lost the title, King of the Ring to Yokozuna. About a year later, he went to WCW, beat Ric Flair in his first match there for the title. And then
that was probably Hogan's best match in WCW, not gonna lie.
yeah. And then 1996, he changed the business again. Hulk Hogan.
The NWO.
Yeah. When he turned heel, when he turned heel and formed the NWO.
Whose side is he on?
Oh, Bobby the Brain Heenan almost gave it away, man. He was probably spoiling. Anyways.
But then again, he's right. I mean, like, Hogan's coming there last minute. Like here's the thing. Why wouldn't he want to say that?
Well, you think because of Lex Luger getting knocked out, you would think Hogan would join up and say, okay, Sting and Savage will come together, we'll beat these guys, and then he end up joining them. And that, to me, forced the WWE to step up their game. Because when WCW was dominating in the ratings, especially in the Monday Night Wars.
That is true. I mean, Hogan's heel turn did change the landscape as well as the NWO, and then it helped WF step up their game.
Yeah, so once again, that's why I mean Hogan changed. Hogan revolutionized the business again in the 90s for not only just for WCW, but also for WWE, forcing them to step up the game, make new stars like Austin, The Rock, Triple H. Undertaker has been the veteran, but you had Bret Hart's situation. And then, like I said, when Bret Hart left in 97,
probably the biggest mistake in Bret's life, in my opinion.
Anyways, you had to add new stars. You had Shawn Michaels, you had Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H. Then you had the all that. Then after WCW was bought by WWE back in 2001, ECW went with it. Then you got in 2002, Hogan came back with Hall and Nash.
Oh,
then
man.
you got that iconic match between him and The Rock, which
William just watched that match today and he loved it.
Yeah, it does look the best. They said they wanted that was one of the best matches ever. That's one of my favorite matches because you get two big stars between Hogan and Rock. And it's like people were chanting for Hogan, people were chanting for Rock. It was
the majority of the fans in Toronto, they were all behind Hogan. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why a majority of them were booing The Rock at one point. I think it was probably because they knew that maybe there was something about The Rock that was going on that they knew he was going to be leaving the WWF for Hollywood at that time.
Yeah, I think that could be it. So it was a passing.
Us wrestling fans can see through the fake ass people.
Yeah. Anyways, you got all that, and then you got inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2005, and then you got then he stayed out of the spotlight for a bit. Then you got the whole incident in 2015. Gawker got sued. They lost the lawsuit, and Gawker went kaput. And then WWE welcomed back with open arms a few years later. And then who would have thought the last image of him in the WWE we would see was him getting booed in LA in the Netflix premiere.
There is a reason for that, and I don't think it was because of what happened 10 years ago. I believe that it had a lot to do with him being in the Trump rallies and all that.
This year, correct?
No, him. He got booed this year, but the reason why is because he was at the Trump rallies. And I know, I'm not trying to be political here, but hear me out. The thing is, the reason why those fans
it's a context.
Yeah, it's for context. The thing is, the reason why the fans booed him because LA has been known to be a liberal, state, and because of that, when
California is liberal, California is a state.
California, okay. Well, thank you for the correction, but I'm just trying to, not lose my train of thought here. But what I'm saying is, they all got so upset the fact that why would they bring out someone who's supporting of Trump? Well, here's the thing: they didn't boo the Undertaker yet; he supported Trump. So again, I'm sure there is there isn't any difference. But when you think about it, Hogan, he was at the rallies. Undertaker wasn't.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, here's the thing with me. Hogan kind of held himself accountable for what he did 10 years ago. Here's the thing. We all should be held accountable for our own actions. Nobody is ever going to be, innocent in anything, even behind closed doors. At the end of the day, we are all human beings. We all have, different emotions and feelings. And I'm not going to excuse what Hogan did. Okay.
No.
What he said, behind closed doors, all because of who his daughter was dating. And plus, that's the one thing that a father does not like, is that person waiting to get his, daughter or whatever. All right.
Yeah, Hogan's a very when it comes to his kids, Hogan is very protective of them.
So at the end of the day,
hey, Chad, how you doing?
I'm not going to excuse what he did. I'm simply saying that it's time to let it rest, because it was 20 years ago. And that, can you please mute for a minute? I'm sorry, just because I could hear the background.
I'll do
what
it for
I'm
you.
saying is, that was 20 years ago. Why it surfaced 10 years ago? Probably just to ruin Hogan's character. And it did for a while, but here's the thing. That was 20 years ago. That doesn't equate to now.
Yeah.
And so as far as
I think a lot of the people that have been doing it are not true wrestling fans, and they want to find some excuse.
Well, and also they want to keep the hatred going. Here's the problem. Why would you want to keep hatred going when you know that the only way to kill off hatred is to spread love and compassion?
Right.
Amen.
And they expect us to like them. So
yeah. Jordan, can you get the cars ready to go, since Turt is here, and we can get back to this conversation after the car starts.
Let me just say this one final thing, and then I'll get ready with the card sharks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Hogan may have been a complicated individual, but there is no question about it that without him, people like us would not be seeing each other and getting to know each other as wrestling fans. True. I mean, there is no doubt in my mind that it wasn't for Hogan that we would not all meet.
He created that path.
Yes, he did. So for that being said, agreement. We say that Hulkamania will always run wild, and may Hogan rest in peace, and
amen.
And I hope you get to meet Jesus, and man.
Yeah. All right, let's get rid of the car search.
I've already got it all set up.
Brother. Oh. Cool.
All right.
I decided to do that tribute to him today. When I hit lightning on bullseye, I go, that doesn't work for me, brother.
Well, I heard they were going to do a yellow and red logo tonight, but I guess that was a meme, apparently. But and then again, if they did do that, that would have been very good and very great.
Yeah.
Also, record, for those who keep wanting to keep speaking ill of Hogan after all that happened like 20 years ago, please do me a favor and go f yourself. Like, get over it and move on.
Yeah, especially this time. You have the questions ready?
Yes, I do. I actually had to go to a different.
Okay. Turd, you ready?
Sure.
Okay. And I hear some background noise, so we'll be okay if we can mute your mic if we're not talking, so that way I can hear Jordan.
Well, so it'll be one of those things. I've got a bunch of the kids here and stuff, so we're probably going to wind up just being background noise. So you might just need to find somebody else then.
Oh, I can.
A lot going on here.
Okay, well, so you want?
Well, listen. If you're gonna talk, you can unmute yourself. But but when you don't need to talk, you can mute yourself, so that way we don't hear anything in the background.
Yeah,
that's fine, with you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've got multiple kids that are still up awake and stuff. So there's even whenever I can unmute, you're going to hear them. So maybe tonight's just not the best night for me.
Okay. I have a backup contestant, so do you want to play another time, Turd?
Yeah, no problem. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Have a good night. I have a backup contestant. I'm gonna send him the link right now. And it's not name is one.
By the way, Eric, I was looking at some of the stuff on Twitter, and I was like in my head, some of these people, I swear to God, like, you can't get over the fact that he said one thing. And even though it's inexcusable still, like, the dude, it was over 20 years ago. And plus, he probably regrets doing that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I saw comments today on Facebook that people were saying, "Oh, those steroids really got made
Jesus,
them."
help me!
Yeah,
Steroids were not the reason Hogan passed. Hogan passed away because of natural causes.
Not passed. Made him successful, like cheating.
Oh, well, still,
Yeah.
I mean, regardless of that, here's the thing: like, what does that have to do with today's, thing? Like that don't make any sense. I mean, everybody used steroids. Imagine me on steroids, yeah, so I can finally kill you. You get on my nerves, Danny, and even though you're not constantly on my nerves like Chayton, still. And anybody who takes that out of context, just know I'm just being funny with Danny. And if anybody takes it seriously and thinks that that I'm being very horrendous, get off the internet.
Yeah. Oh my. Yeah.
But anyway, that interview it wasn't that bad. I just don't understand why the guy looked like Vince Russo.
Mhm. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of which, I'm wondering what his thoughts are on Hogan's passing, because I remember back at speaking of which, Eric, Bash at the Beach, 2000. That's the very event where he talked a lot of shit about Hogan on an off-scripted promo.
He was angry. I watched that event. Believe me, and I took down notes about who won, who lost, and all that good stuff. I'll elaborate more on this coming episode of Rant and Rave, but
for the trio review, because guess what, William, he's going to be watching it too.
Because it's been a wild event. Let's just say it's just one of the craziest events I had ever seen.
Sorry about that.
So I was like, whoa. I have, matches that I think I'm not going to rate matches like Dave Meltzer. I'm not going to do any of that crap. I'm just going to say what match stands out to me and what incident stands out to me. Or something.
I could probably tell which match stands out to you the best, but I'm not going to say anything.
Here's a tribute sound for Mr. Hogan.
I'm Hulk Hogan, the greatest wrestler of all time.
That is a fact. I mean, he liked the sound of his own voice, especially.
Who the heck is this for playing Carson tonight?
Stephen A. Smith.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Stephen A. Smith.
Oh no!
Everyone taking steroids.
And some people want to keep harping on Hogan being racist.
He was a good man, okay, and but I hope he didn't take steroids.
Well, unfortunately, he did. But then again, that was
what?
Who, Hogan? Yeah, it's true. I mean, he and a lot of others back in the 80s, 90s. I mean, they took performance enhancing stuff like steroids.
I know for baseball. I know baseball, that's for sure.
Eric knows about it too. I mean, how do you guys not know that in professional wrestling there used to be a steroid thing going around, especially when it
there was a scandal. That's why Vince McMahon put the title on Bret Hart back in '92.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, Vince McMahon. I had dinner with him last week.
Yeah, and then he shit all over your head, didn't he? Speaking of Hogan on Twitter.
Danny.
This isn't Jerry Springer.
Yeah, Danny is doing blackface.
Hey, better than whiteface.
Oh, I saw Happy Gilmore.
You're like that every day.
I saw Happy Gilmore too.
Did you like it?
It's pretty funny.
Oh, great! And then Romy goes, "You think that retarded golf swinging, buffoon is funny?"
Wow.
Well, the story was. Oh my god!
I love that guy when he does those reactions.
All I can tell you is if Happy Gilmore 2 gets a Razzie, David will be happy.
No,
Yeah, try
no.
winning a debate over that.
Yeah, Maxwell MJF was in the movie. Becky Lynch was in the movie.
But anyway, so
Ken Jennings is in it too, isn't he?
so this is your backup
Yep.
contestant.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I get to play
Well-
with Danny and I get.
All right.
Yes, it'll be Danny versus Eric,
All right.
and
Oh,
Jordan
good.
is those.
That means I'm going to kick Danny's butt, or else I have to promote his Redbubble.
All right.
Oh, he's got the Mike Richards shirt on.
Oh
That's
no!
bad luck. Stay away. Stay away. Stay away.
Well, play yourself back on. Play.
Mike Richards is a dingleberry.
Oh, let me.
Richards is a dingleberry.
Oh, of course.
All right. So we ready to begin?
Yeah, Dingleberry. That brings back memories.
Oh, my dingleberries. Yeah, I remember that. Brad Martin.
You know, I think he could have. I thought. For some reason, I thought he might have thought that meant his testicles, but actually, it's not really. You know, for testicles.
What was it for?
I can't say it on air because again, David won't let me. I mean,
okay.
I'm not like Chayton, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You see, David, it's where you have sex with someone and you put something a boo 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 butthole.
Yeah.
Enough of the sex.
Yeah.
I am sick and tired.
Speaking of sorry, he told
He
me
went
that.
to see Superman again.
Well, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna say that, but
out too.
No, but here's the thing: he went to see Superman once again. I'm not kidding.
so what I was trying to say was. Let me do my thing here. So, Charlie last week told me I should have reminded him about the interview being pre-recorded, but now I reminded him this week, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna be out tonight." Well, you, Charlie, told me to remind you last week. You was smuck when I forgot.
She could be.
By the way, I want to give a huge shout out to Theodore Long because he gave respect to Hogan, especially. And you know what? I have to agree with my dad who just sent me this message. It seems that only internet people didn't. He said, "Shut up." He said, "It seems that only internet people who didn't know Hogan hold a grudge." Exactly.
Bingo. Thank you.
All right, let's get the game started.
All right, so I had to use a different source. No offense, Dan.
Sorry, that was my cue. Right.
You will never be like Romy when it comes to sound bites. I guarantee.
I'm being original.
You're being original, but here's the thing: that little grow, sound effects you did, that is not going to help you even with Viagra.
Fair enough.
Hey, at least he didn't steal the totally original idea of making highlight reels.
Wow. Actually, Tanner kind of does that job now on the network Facebook page, which is actually
in a different way.
Kind of, actually pretty good the way.
I know, but one time I tried doing rant and rave highlight reels, and they threw a bitch fit about it. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that.
But anyway, let's get this started. So, 100 women were asked in a restaurant. Have you ever been so embarrassed by your husband's skimpy tip that you snuck a little on the table yourself? How many said that they did? So, since Eric is the oldest, he'll be the red card. So, how many said yes, Eric?
You kind of broke out with the question. Can you repeat that one more time?
What? Oh my God!
Can you
hear me now?
Okay, I can hear you now.
100 married women were asked in a restaurant, have you ever been so embarrassed by your husband's skimpy tip that you snuck a little on the table yourself? How many said yes?
Oh, I see what if you're embarrassed that your husband's a cheapskate when it comes to tips. Aha. I say that's a high number. So shut up. You dingleberry. I would have to say 65.
Oh, he didn't say 69. That's kind of a first.
I said 65. I didn't say 69.
I know you did say. I was.
That's what he just said. He was surprised that you didn't do it.
I know.
Thank
I
you,
said
Danny.
65. You dingleberry.
Are you gonna? Can you call me something else other than that? I mean, that you sound like a broken record when you call me the same thing over and over.
Well, dingleberry's a funny word.
It is.
Yeah, well, so is this, you snaggletooth jackass.
Oh, we are on Esther now, and I'm Fred Sanford. What the heck?
Oh, go kiss your octopus. All right, Danny, is it higher or lower than 65?
Well, let's see. Women complaining about a skimpy little tip. I'm gonna say that's higher.
All right. Is it higher than 65? No, it is not higher than 65. It is actually 22.
22 people on one. Okay.
All right, Eric. You know how this works.
Because women are cheap.
If you once we card, you can change it to however you want. Now, the thing is, you can only change that one card, and then you can go higher or lower depending on what card you think is. And then, of course, if you get one wrong, it will go to Danny, and he cannot change the card because he didn't get the question right. So let's see what card. You got a 5 of diamonds. Change it. I want to keep it.
5's a tricky card. I gotta change that.
All right. Put that away. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, there's a plus, a 3 of clubs.
I gotta go higher then.
Higher than a 3. Oh!
Duplicate.
Okay, Danny, it's your turn. You got to play the card because you didn't get the question right. Oh! A 3 of hearts, too.
Higher.
Higher. 6 of hearts.
I'll go higher again.
Higher than a 6?
Yeah, man.
Damn! It is a 4. That means I got to take this card away. And then these, and then replace them with new ones.
I hope these cards are shuffled, and it's not like 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
5.
yeah, it's shuffled this time. Don't remind me.
Okay.
Just so we're clear, I thought they were shuffled when they're put in the cards, when they're when they're packed in. I had no idea that they were all in a unique order, like someone with ADD would set them up, like in an order. And yes, folks, I'm saying ADD. Why? Because, I mean, it runs in the family sometimes. But anyway.
No, you don't have to have ADD to make a particular order.
OCD, I think.
You'd be surprised. Anyway, speaking of which, then again, you're about to be ADD riddled if you don't, keep, focus. All right, so 100 San Quentin inmates were asked.
Oh, God.
Yeah, something that you might, relate to if you don't be careful, Danny.
Oh, I hope not.
Since you've been in prison, have your fellow inmates taught you to be a better criminal? How many said yes?
That's a good one. Okay. I'll go with I'm going to 34.
34. Eric, is it higher or lower?
That's a tough one. Let me see if anybody in prison taught you to be a better person. It's a prison, and sometimes people teach you otherwise. I'm going to go a little lower than that. A tad lower. I got
prison somewhere Charlie belongs.
It is. No, it's actually higher. It's 51.
Hey.
Oh, that's strange. Okay.
I guess chivalry isn't dead when it comes to prisoners.
Yeah, maybe
we'll have to ask who about that, David, when we go visit him.
All right, Danny, you're still
yes, we'll watch her.
Change it if you want to. However, still, once you go with it.
No, I think we can keep it.
All right.
What are you doing, David?
David. All right. All right. I'm gonna keep that card. I'm sorry. Oh, what the fuck? All right, higher, please.
The 3, it is a 5 of clubs.
I'm gonna go higher again.
Higher than a 5, it is an 8.
Ooh. I'll go lower.
Lower, and it's a 5 of spades. You
I'm gonna
get the
freeze.
Okay, you're gonna freeze right there.
Keep me away
Eric.
from words. Dang it. Yes.
People change, exactly. My dad was sending me another message. All right, Eric. 100 doctors were asked, are the new diets, non-prescription pills, effective? How many said yes?
Oh, that's a tough one because sometimes,
It is for you.
you know, Weisenheimer. Such a wise guy. We're dealing with wise guys here today, folks. Dealing with wise guys, Mo, Larry, and Curly.
I'm Larry.
Yeah. So,
actually, you are Mo, as in moron.
That's me.
Oh, like
it wasn't supposed to be nice.
I thought you were gonna say mohair.
Mohair. Oh, yeah, very funny.
Mohair. Mo money, mo problems. Let's see. Sometimes diet pills, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Usually, when you advertise stuff, also, and they convince you, oh, let's buy it and stuff. Sometimes it doesn't work. It'll be a low number. I'm gonna say 25, though. 25.
25. All right. Danny, is that higher or lower than 25?
I think higher.
Higher than a 25, and nope, it's not higher than a 25. It's actually 14.
Oh, I didn't know it was lower. Okay. Not lower than that.
All right, Eric, you can still change the card, but you can still keep it. It's up to you.
3 still a good card. I'll keep it. Go higher.
Higher than a 3, it is a 5 of spades.
I'll try risk it. Go higher.
Higher than a 5. Oh, it's a 3 of spades.
Another 3.
All right.
How about that? Oh,
all right. Danny, you can't change the 5 because you didn't get the question right. So higher or lower than a 5 of spades?
Higher, Bob.
Is it higher than a 5 of spades? No, it is a 2 of diamonds. Hang on a second.
Higher, Bob.
Oh, all right. Well, gotta take that card away.
Well, it makes sense. Bob Eubanks is the only host of the old school left alive.
That's right, he is.
All right. So, and I gotta take these cards away because, again, all right. This next question goes to Danny, and I believe this is the final question for the round.
Yeah.
All right. Danny, we asked 100 millionaires, can money buy happiness? How many of them said yes, that it does?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go down the middle and say I'll go 46.
46.
Yeah.
Eric, do you think it's higher or lower than 46?
I think most millionaires would say it buys them happiness. Got to go higher than that.
Higher than a 46, and wrong. It's not higher than 46. It is actually 30.
Yeah, I thought it might be there.
All right, Danny, here's the deal.
Yeah.
Now, you can change this card, but however, if it is higher than a 5, if you choose so, then you win. But if it's not, then obviously you'll lose. But then again, however, if you pass it to Eric, he has to go through a long plethora of cards where he cannot even freeze or change the 3 because he didn't get the question right. But you can still change your card because you got the question right. But still, 5 can be a little bit, complicated, just as, things often in life can be. So what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to play, and I'm going to change that card.
You're going to change the 5. Risky
Right.
move, but okay. And your new card is, a 7 of spades.
All right. Let's go higher.
Higher than a 7 of spades. Will
Yeah.
he win the game, or will it go to Eric? Yes, it is a queen. Danny wins round 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a feeling you're gonna win this because I haven't seen a face card. So
Let's see
Yeah.
how many what cards Eric had to go through. If
all
he
right, I
had
would have gone higher if I won. I would have gone
7,
higher.
Queen.
I would have gone with the odds. Go higher, lower. No, I would have lost with the ace. I would have lost.
Congratulations to Danny for round number 1.
All right.
Golf clap, golf clap, golf.
Golf
Give
clap,
more
golf
golf
clap.
clap.
Yep.
Who likes?
You suck, you jackass.
Relax, guy.
Yes, boys. Points.
What we're gonna ask Danny?
I don't. I
Yo,
forgot.
that- Oh, sorry. That's okay.
Anyway.
All right, Happy. Nice and easy. That was not nice and easy.
Let's play match game. Jordan Little is a blank.
And then,
A troublemaker.
and then, of course, someone would say, "Dick." All right.
That'll be Romy.
In
I would say Weisenheimer.
in honor of the Happy Gilmore to release, I cannot forget to play this one.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where's my money, bitch?
You mean
Mine?
money?
Mine? Anyway. I gotta put this phone on a charger. And
That's right.
David Media winning wild, brother. That's
Okay.
Rocka.
I am gonna get a longer charger so that way I can, do this game properly. So
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Give me a few seconds.
All right, I'll actually have something to play for you all while we wait for Jordan.
Is that the commercial?
Okay, that's a good idea. We got a commercial.
I have a great commercial.
Okay. Oh, we gotta see this commercial. Here we go.
I wish I could put up banners.
Hello, everybody. Well,
Oh.
Jeff, it's been a while since we did this segment together, right?
Oh. Uh-oh.
What? What about that interview that Shaggy did with us not too long ago? What? Shaggy? Yes! He brought his dog with him. Oh, no. That's our friend Danny Lewis.
I like that.
All right, I'm back.
What happened to your other friend named Danny?
This is our commercial.
That Danny
Once
is
this
still
video
around.
plays, we'll get back.
As a matter of fact, he posted our collab review of our first SpongeBob movie 3 weeks ago. He's under a different YouTube name. Wouldn't it be interesting if the two Dannys meet? I don't know if I want to go that far. I can at least imagine it. I know I can. There are different worlds of Danny's colliding and chatting.
That'll be a nightmare.
I don't think collabing is a word.
Yes, it is.
It is now. Now, the reason we had last month off from this started because of an Orlando Airbnb trip. Right? Yes, actually, as a matter of fact. And it was mostly Disney themed with a sprinkle of Universal. You can find a video of that on my Facebook. But you aren't done with Orlando yet. Also correct. Because I have a solo trip coming in, I'd say 2 months from now. I won't say where. But before any of that, as far as trips are concerned, I have 2 others. You have 2 conventions this week and next week. MetroCon all 3 days, and only one Saturday at Tampa Comic Con. Both at the same location. Why are you not dressing as Nostalgia Critic this year, however? Well, because I want to expand on other costumes. Like Tampa Comic Con and Day 3, where you dress as the original 2 Blues Clues hosts. Right, and stand from South Park, like last year at Day 3. And what the I thought it was Kenny! Oh. Never mind. He's dead again. Okay. Anyway, that's day 1. Day 2 is every version of Ash Ketchum from Pokemon. And here's the list. Can you please read it off? Okay.
After this is, we're done.
Original shoes, 1. 2, black shirt with red stripe. 3, Diamond and Pearl. Blue
oh wow, is this the
cargo
MC
jeans.
list?
4, the hat you wore in black and white. Yeah, and I think I showed that on the second time we did this. 5, his X-Line blue collar. 6, his Z-ring in Sun and Moon. And 7 and 8, the Dynamic Stand and the Mega Gloves, both. All that correct. And that's my combination. As well as a waste of money. Whatever. Say goodbye. Later, Arthur Johnny.
Wow, that was great. Great job. Welcome back to Car Search. Thank you very much for Emo having some great content for us while we wait for Jordan.
What was that a commercial even for? For this show?
I was making a secret. It wasn't a commercial. I was keeping that sassy. All right, Jordan, take the 4. I guess Jordan's not here at the moment. But yeah. So breaking news.
What's the news?
Jordan's on the Epstein list.
I could have seen this coming, you know. Brandon Martin.
Well,
Brandon Martin
not exactly the news that everybody is talking about. But
yeah, I mean him, Brandon Martin, Jerome Latimer probably.
Let's see. Eric Lima.
Oh
Charlie.
no, I know Eric is innocent.
I'd rather punch myself in the face and be on the list.
Brandon Beauregard would. You think Brandon Beauregard would be on that island?
Yeah. The Epstein Love Island coming soon to a theater near you on Netflix or NBC, whatever that crap that show is on. China, please help me with that. Make a commercial of Love Island and
Love Island
with the Epstein.
Yeah, that's a great show. You go, yes, the show. They put these like 10, 15 single people on an island.
May you eat burritos with laxatives in them.
Please make a
good. Wait, what the fuck is this? Good concept for a show. The Four Virgins. Hey,
For once, I'm not gonna lie. Why did you even play that?
I want to have something while we wait for you to play, so that's why I did that.
It wasn't gonna take me that long, and I already had just gotten back. I had to let my dogs out, but still.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything more other than that because again, I don't want to offend anybody.
I liked how Brandon Beauregard mentioned me and said there's another Danny involved. Maybe we could cross over and meet up on the next episode or in a future episode.
Hot son of a boy.
All right, take the 4.
Round 2 coming up. So I already got the cards, set up. All right. Since
And you told me you were gonna be on here tonight.
All right, I only got 4%. I'm here because I just got done with Buffalo Wild Wings. Because David, you hear the disrespect, sweetie? They booed me. Anyway, David kept bothering me. He sent me 45 messages.
I did not.
Yeah, you did. Anyway, my point is that he.
The phone. It was like, hey,
What'd you say?
I said I read them all. It was like, hey, why are you ignoring me? Hey, I saw something that made me think about you today. Hey.
Yeah, so you're gonna call my woman a liar?
All right, let's get out of the game.
Get out of here.
We need to get out of this game. Thank you, David.
Even I want to go to bed.
No, you get out of here, you twerp.
Chayton,
will you stop, Chayton? Come on.
Wait. Hold on, Chayton. Can we please finish this game?
Let's go to the game, please. Thank you.
Please.
Hey, you're the one
that's
that
staying up late for this.
I didn't invite him.
Well, you let him in the StreamYard, didn't you?
No, it's on its own when you're.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Anyway, I think the question goes to Eric because it's his turn, I believe. Let's see.
Danny starts the second round. I started the first round.
Because I won, or
you want the question.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Danny, 100 psychiatrists were asked if a man is unfaithful during an engagement, is he likely to be unfaithful during the marriage? How many of them said yes?
Guys, unfaithful during engagement, would that make him more likely to be unfaithful during the actual marriage? I think 73.
73, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Eric, you think that's higher or lower than 73?
I agree with Danny's logic. All right. Because basically, there's more of a chance that if you're unfaithful during your engagement, the wedding's going to get called off. But I would say, though, the number 73, probably too high. Gonna go a little bit lower.
All right, so you're gonna go. What?
A little bit lower.
A little bit lower than 73, right? Okay.
A little bit lower.
And nope. It's actually higher. It's actually 89.
All right.
And for the record,
okay.
Dragon wants a link, but I can't send it to him because I'm too busy.
I'll send it after car starts. It needs to be us here.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, Danny, you know the drill.
Dragon wants a link. Dragon, you're waiting until this game's over.
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
That's what he just said, Eric. All right. You can change the card since you got the question right, or you can keep it.
Is that an 8?
Yes, an 8 of spades.
Okay. I think it's good enough. I want to go lower.
Damn, cocky today on me. So you say it's lower?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, your luck is not good enough. It's actually a 10 of clubs. Okay, Eric, since you didn't get the question right, you cannot change the card. And it's a 4 of clubs. That's a good one.
It's a better card, higher.
Higher than a 4. It is a 6 of hearts.
I'll risk it. Go higher.
Higher than a 6 of hearts. It is a 7 of hearts.
I'm going 7. I'm going to freeze right there. I'm going to freeze.
All right.
Freeze.
If that's the case, and I'm going to take this card away and replace it. All right, now, Eric.
Yes.
Excuse me. So, let's see. All right. We asked.
Okay.
Yes.
We asked 100 third graders.
People bothering me all day.
STFU, please. We asked 100 third graders, have you ever had to wait hours for dad to put together a toy that says easily assembled? How many said yes, they had to wait for hours?
It all depends on the father. Does he read the instructions or does he not read the instructions?
Well,
that's the thing, that's the main.
It does say easily assembled, so.
Yeah, that's the thing too. So it depends on how bright the father is. I'm gonna go with just 60.
60. And Danny, is it higher or lower than 60?
I'll go higher.
Higher than 60.
Yeah.
And that is correct. It is actually higher than 60. It is 72.
All right.
All right.
Off by 12.
Since you got the question right, you can still change the 8 of spades, or you can keep it.
Yeah, I want to keep it again.
You're gonna keep it again. All right.
Let's go higher.
Higher than 8 of spades. It is a jack of diamonds.
Lower than the jack.
Lower than a jack.
Right.
Damn! It is the ace of clubs. And Eric, you cannot change the 7 because you got the answer wrong. Higher or lower?
Well, I got to go higher. Go with the odds. Go higher.
Go with the odds. Go higher. It is a 9 of
See the
spades.
face card yet.
You got one more left, but here's the thing.
Well, I'll freeze one more.
Freeze one more time. Okay.
I'm gonna freeze one more time. I'm gonna freeze one more time. I'm not gonna
that
chance it.
means I am getting rid of
On the
these
middle card.
cards. All right. And this question goes back to Danny. All right. So we asked 100 Americans, do you think it's wrong for the U.S. government to drill for oil on sacred Native American sites? How many of them said yes?
What year was this question from?
Depends on, the presidency or the government.
Oh, okay. Well, I will say, how many? I'll go 55.
55. Eric, is it higher or lower than 55?
I got to go higher because there's going to be a lot of people complaining about their land being drilled and all that. I got to go higher.
Higher than 55. ding. Yes, it is higher than 55. It is 72.
All right.
I believe that is. Hold on a second. That's the third question. Okay, so that means. All right. All right, Eric, you can change the 9 or you can keep it and still go. But if you get it wrong, it will be passed down to Danny in regards to the cards.
All right. I will change the 9.
Change the 9. Let's see what you got instead. Ooh, 2 of hearts.
Gotta go higher. Gotta go higher.
Higher than a 2 of
Gotta
hearts.
go higher.
Game. No, it is a 2 of diamonds.
Oh my goodness.
Ho, 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 ho. How
Merry
unfortunate
Christmas
for
to me.
you. All right,
Yeah.
Danny. You can play now. However, you cannot
I
change
got
the
coal in my
eight.
stocking. Tell me, Michael.
You can't change the 8 of spades because you didn't get the question right. So higher or lower than an 8 of spades.
All right. I'll go lower.
Lower than an 8 of spades. No, it is a 10 of
What the fuck?
diamonds.
Wow.
Well, there you go. There's the
Say,
breaks.
I got coal in my stocking, and I don't mean nothing.
All right. This is the final question. And I believe it goes to Eric. Am I right?
Okay. Yep.
All right, hold on.
Mr. Lima Beans.
So we asked 100 women's libbers. Okay. If you were offered a great job, great salary, and benefits, but knew you were the token female just for show, would you take it anyway? How many of them said yes?
That's going to be a very low number. I'm going to go with 20.
20? Danny, do you think higher or lower than 20?
20.
In here.
WWE 2K20 what?
Shut
higher
up.
Or lower than 21?
Just answer the question.
I'll say high. I'll go higher.
All right. Higher or lower than 21? It is actually higher. It is 76.
Oh, wow.
All right, Danny, here's the deal. You can change the card.
Wow.
However, once you change it, you got to play it no matter what. However, if you pass it to Eric, here's the thing. He can easily take the game. All he has to do is say higher, but then again, if it becomes another 2, then you will automatically win by push. But but still, if you keep to this like you've been doing, which has been dumb of you, then all you gotta do is go through all 4 other cards. But if you change it, hey, nobody will. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna pass it to Eric, or are you gonna go for it?
I think I'm gonna keep. No. Change the card. Change the card.
Change the card.
Yeah,
Very good.
Like you've been pushing me to do the whole game.
It's about time you keep that.
And you are in luck. It is a 3 of spades. You gotta play all the way now.
Higher than a 3, please.
Higher than a 3. It is an 8 of diamonds. Ooh.
Let's go higher. It's been higher usually than the 8.
Higher than an 8 of diamonds? No, it is a 2 of spades. Let's see what the other cards could have been had you went lower. Oh, you would have went higher and lower. Wow. You could have easily gotten it, but nonetheless, Eric is the official winner of the entirety. Let's see what he could have gotten.
You're playing a wedding march.
Can you please turn that shit down, please?
What the heck was that? Why are you playing? I can't even.
Does this mean David is getting married and this is his way of telling us?
Oh no, we didn't say hi to Elmo Salvador. How you doing, Emma? Is that why David's playing that?
I think so. I think
I don't know what the heck.
If David's getting married, then who's the groom?
Hey, I better be the best man. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, probably second
the worst
best
man. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
since Eric, won
dear Lord.
Since Eric won most of the games, he gets to play the points cards, instead of money cards.
Hold on. There's a tie score. It's a tie score. The winner of the no.
Yeah. We
Wait.
both won one.
Oh,
game.
you both won a piece. Damn it! I'm not keeping.
Yeah.
keeping track. Well, maybe if someone would stop being a pansy ass, like freaking song player with his, soundboard, maybe I could be keeping score.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
stepfather.
No, it's not better yet because you keep putting me into these positions. Now I gotta do one more game for the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we only play 3 cards each. We only play with 3 cards.
I did not. I mean, I thought you had won the last game, but I guess I must have lost my train of thought because I had to do something.
Danny won the first game. I won the second game.
Yeah. All right, let's do jokes while we wait.
It's not going to take long. I've already got these. I got 3 more cards to put up.
Okay.
We can do the jokes after the.
Okay. And we'll put it in the private chat, and we'll take Okay.
You want to hear a joke? Danny's got a new nickname, Dingleberry Danny.
Dingleberry Danny.
Dingleberry Danny.
All right.
Dude, white dingle nuts, Dingleberry Danny.
This time we got 3 questions, so that way, because we got 3 cards, and I believe Eric, you go first.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We got 100 married. We got 100 married women. Something I don't think David will have. Well, then again, if he did, he'd probably be. That would be polygamy. At bedtime, have you ever left your husband waiting while you change into a sexy nightgown only to find him fast asleep?
Uh-oh.
David, can you respond to that? Not. Apparently not. Anyway, Eric, how many of them said yes?
Oh boy, I'm sure that's happened on many occasions in a married couple's life.
Occasions.
No, I can't speak from experience. I don't know what that's like, unfortunately. But
damn right.
Wise guy. But I'm being honest here. But I think that could happen on occasion. But I'm gonna go. Oh boy, wow. I would have to say that is going to be a decent number. I'll go 60 on this one.
60. Danny, do you think it's higher or lower than 60?
I'll say it's a little lower.
Lower than 60, and it is. Actually, it is lower than 60. It's actually 33.
33.
Nice.
All right, Danny, you got it right. Let's see what your card is. You can change it. Ooh, it is a Jack of Spades.
Oh, keep that. Yeah.
What do you want to do? Do you want to keep it or change it or what?
Oh, keep it.
Oh, you want? Oh, okay. We'll change that. I'm just kidding.
I'll go lower, please.
Lower than a Jack of Spades. Ooh, a 9 of clubs.
Okay. Let's go lower.
Lower than a 9 for the game? No, it is a King of Diamonds.
Oh, saved.
Talk about a cock block.
No comments.
He's messing with David.
I know, I'm taking care of it.
All right, Eric, since you didn't get the question right, you cannot change the card that is about to be flipped, and it is a 6 of diamonds.
Gotta go with the odds higher.
Higher than a 6 of diamonds. It is a queen of diamonds.
Lower than the queen.
Lower than a queen of diamonds. Yes, the 10 of spades.
I win. All right,
Yes, Aaron is the winner.
Now let's see what Danny could have gotten. If the lower, he would have gotten higher. He would have gotten a queen, and he would have won.
Yeah, he would have won too, man. That was a great game, Danny.
Of course.
A hot son of a gun, boy.
Yes.
All right, go ahead and play the commercial, and then we can get back to the points cards for Eric.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after these commercial messages from
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The following is a public service announcement from David 3000.
Yankees suck.
This has been a public service announcement from David 3000.
Welcome back to Chilling3000 Hangouts. It's now time for a joke segment, something, a joke like Charlie's life.
Oh, wow.
That's what you get, you son of a gun.
Well,
all right.
He's gonna get married one day. So, what does that tell you?
That's cool.
You're not coming back until we've done our game.
We do money cards, right?
Yes. I'm gonna set them up right now.
Oh, by the way, Charlie, remember when Charlie came on here earlier? This is what he told me earlier today. So let me, I had some evidence. You see, of
evidence.
Yep, evidence.
Evidence.
So here we go.
Evidence of what?
You see.
David, motherfucker, I won't be able to be on tonight anyways. I was at a movie and now I'm at dinner. We bother me now, boy, motherfucker. But yeah, I get you.
There, evidence proven.
Objection, Your Honor. Okay.
Come here after the money cards. I'll have you back on after the money cards. You'll be very quick, I promise.
I'm leaving after this. Chayton, behave.
Sorry. Yeah, stay backstage. I'm being serious.
Chayton, you're in. Oh my God, you're annoying.
I'm on. All right.
I want to get this over and done with so I can go to sleep.
Yeah. Let's go to the money cards.
Now, here's how this works, Eric. You can pick one of these three cards when you go from one of these, areas.
Yeah, I know how it works.
Danny, do you have that thing where you put it on the screen?
Unfortunately, I can't.
Shit.
Oh man.
All right. I guess we'll just make do with what we got.
All right.
All right. So let's say how many points does Eric win after the first two games?
So I believe it was $200 at the bottom.
All right.
And then
we start with 200 and then 400 to the next level. And
400 and then the big bet.
And then the big bet half, and then the minimum bets are 50. Like I said, until the big bet where the minimum bet is half.
So you got 200 points, right?
Yeah. 200 points to start off. I have 8 to work with here. I'm going to change that 8. Let's make this thing quick before Chayton decides to cause more trouble.
All right. Which
okay. Number 2. Give me number 2, the second card, please.
Number 4 of spades.
Okay. 204. Let's go $150 higher.
150 bucks higher than a 4 is a 9 of diamonds. So 150 bucks.
Okay,
that would make 350.
Yeah, tree fitty. I got tree fitty. Since a 9 middle of a road card, we're gonna go $50 lower. 50 lower.
50 bucks lower than a 9. No, it is a king of clubs, so you get 300.
That's okay. Yeah, 300. Let's take all 300 and go lower because it is
all
last
300
card.
Lower than a king. It is a jack, and you got 600.
All right, 600 and a jack. I'm going to keep the jack and go half. That's 300 lower.
300 lower. It is a 6, and now you got 900.
All right, I want to change the 6 with number 1.
Change the 6 with number 1. Let's see.
Number 1.
A queen of spades.
Okay, I got 600 and a queen. Oh, no, 900 and a queen. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I will go 800 lower.
800 lower is a 5 of hearts, and 800, that means you get 1,700 points.
Okay, this is a tough call to make. I haven't seen a 3 or a 2 out. I have to keep the 5 because I already used the change. I am going to go 1,700. Let's go. Let's go 300 higher.
300 higher.
I got to hold
It
back.
is an ace of diamonds, and you've gotten 2,000.
All right, I can't lose on a push. All of it lower.
All of it lower. It is a king of spades, and now you got 4,000 points.
And I win. Yeah.
Hey, there we go. That's how we want to end it off.
Yes.
All right.
I got $1,000. Yeah. What the
I
heck
can
is going
barely,
on?
I can barely read it. Oh, now I can see it. Yep.
400.
A little bit.
4,000.
Yeah, $4,000.
4,000. It's over 4,000.
Let's see what you
Over
could have
4,000.
you chosen the final card. You would have gotten another. You could have gotten another ace.
Oh, really? Oh,
it would have been a spade.
Wow.
I didn't have to worry about changing an ace because you can't lose on an ace or a 2.
Yeah.
If you have an ace or 2, you're golden, dude. You're golden.
Yes. Aces are high, deuces are low.
But anyway, well,
That's
that's
how you
going
play.
for the card shark segment of Chilling3000. So my work here is done. You guys can do whatever. I'm going to bed, and everybody else, God bless you all, and stay safe, stay healthy, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow for my chill stream. So yeah, have a good night.
See you.
All right. Take care, Jordan. Thank you very much for helping us.
Take care, Jordan. See you tomorrow.
Have a good night. All right.
Eric,
Well,
have you been able to watch any of those match game episodes we did?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was fun. That was fun. I love being a panelist in the match game. It was,
oh yeah, guys. Good times, But
Fast times.
Fast times.
Fast times, Rich Mile High.
Huh. I don't like Jordan's StreamYard is still on here. I know Jordan left, but let me just take him off the screen. Let me just do this. Hold on. Did it work? No.
He's still on there.
Jordan.
Now he's on.
Yeah. There he is. Alright. So oh, we have Mr. Dragon. How are you doing, Dragon?
Hey, where you been?
Where I've been? I was on vacation for the past couple of weeks.
All right, man, you disappeared all suddenly, and then now you came back.
No, I've been on
Hey,
vacation.
you want to get a shout out to someone that was really mean to you?
I want to give a shout out to Mr. St. Louis.
No, I'm talking about the one who's here who's using an icon of you. Are you gonna do a shout out on him?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, you got a lot of shit to say when I wasn't here, motherfucker, and you wouldn't let me say my piece. So what's good, homie?
Hey Jay, wait, Jay, don't talk like that. It's fake, remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We gotta talk properly. David, you talked a lot of crap about me earlier, and you kept.
Really?
Yeah,
I did
you
not know it.
Yeah, you talked a lot of crap. So what's good, homie?
You should say,
What's
David,
good?
I heard that you mentioned some quite unsavory facts about me that may not even be true.
Ooh, I want to lick your
I don't remember that at all, but
I gotta go. I'm staying out of this one. So you guys have a good night.
Adios, Lima.
You coward, Eric. You're a coward. Get back here. Please stay.
No.
Yes, Eric. You are the biggest coward in the
12:40
world.
in the morning here.
No.
I'm getting some sleep. Whether you guys like it or not, I'm leaving. I'm going to bed. Good night.
Have a good night, Eric.
Well deserved.
Good night. Thank you. I want card sharks. I'm leaving.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, Louis did, Cheyenne. You see what he did?
Yeah, they was abusing his power.
Yeesh. Hey, you still impression like that.
Yeesh.
Anyways, in all seriousness, how's your night going, Charlie and Dragon?
Well, I'm stuffed. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Me and my woman went to go see SummerSlam or some Superman, and yeah.
Well, that's cool. What's your favorite thing about going to wrestling shows? Like,
I went to Superman, so I accidentally said Superman or SummerSlam. I meant Superman.
Oh, okay. I got it first. You went to Superman, like Jordan said. I got mixed up there. But I'll ask you this anyway. When you go to wrestling shows, what is the most favorite thing you look forward to when you go to wrestling shows?
Fire. No. Mine is not dealing with your white ass. That's one of them.
Wow.
But no. In all seriousness.
Sorry. What?
As I was saying, as I was saying, I just like the feel of it, like, how the fans react and all that. They're more rowdy than your lame ass baseball games, David. So like, the wrestling fans, are a lot better, but they're also a lot more toxic. So it's a double-edged sword. But then again, I don't know what's more toxic, the wrestling community or you in general, David, since you like to secretly lick the taint of the Yankees.
New York Yankees.
I hate the Yankees with a backgammon passion.
So much they lick their taint?
No.
Sure. Well, I've seen a picture of you licking the taint of one of A-Rod back in the day.
Well, Alex Rodriguez can go to hell, like, seriously.
Don't say, man. Do not let him say that.
Yeah, that's mean. That's mean, David.
Hey, hold on, say it.
What did A-Rod ever do to you?
He cheated at baseball.
He cheated at baseball. Well, haven't some of your Yankees cheated in baseball too?
Some other Yankees cheated, yeah, like,
Oh.
Andy Pettit. No, that's one of them.
William Jackson, Jennifer Lopez are basically the same person.
Ew. No, so there you go. So some of your Yankees members should go to hell too, like, seriously.
But you know what? A-Rod is the most meanest player I've ever seen.
Is it because he beat your Red Sox so bad multiple times?
No. You know what it was?
What was it?
He decided to push the ball away out of somebody's glove and tried to be a crybaby about it. This was back in 2004 AOCS.
David, you were a year old. You wouldn't even know. You only knew that because you looked it up. You didn't live through that. I would have lived through it. When you were born, I was like in 04, I was about to turn 10,
I care
motherfucker.
about my Red Sox.
Let me get. I think I know what the real reason is, and I can't be on for too long because my phone's at 3%. But I will say this:
I care about my
David,
results.
I think you were a big A-Rod fan back when you were a little tyke. You want to meet him, but he looked at you, said you're too white for him, and he passed you by for some colored guys. And yeah, I got that. So you hate him probably because the color of his skin. You secret KKK member. You.
Sorry, I have this to tell you.
What?
When are you gonna die?
Can you actually tell me that in your actual voice and stop being a pussy?
Yeah.
That's
say
what
with
she said.
say with your chest, little one.
No, let it sound like no. David's blushing. He's blushing.
Yeah, he's blushing. I'm getting him off.
He's like, degrade me more, daddy.
What'd you say?
He's like, degrade me more, daddy.
You want me to degrade you more, David?
No.
Yes,
Oh, I'm going to anyways. You have the most basic haircut I've ever seen. If there's like a creator, like you're like the default creator wrestler whenever that, you're like the one who has no creativity. They just give you the best basic, boring hairstyle of all time. Your skin is like, it almost blinds me how white it is. Also sickens me if I'm being perfectly honest.
Yeah,
Your taste in clothes is appalling. Is the most basic, boring clothing I've ever seen in my life. Even when you post pictures of you and your games, you're like, "Hey everybody, look at me! I'm David. I'm at the Red Sox game. Pay attention to me." And like you look so basic. You look like fucking you haven't even hit puberty yet with the style of clothes you dress. Do I go on, David?
No, be quiet.
All right, well, let me go further. All right, so like you not only have a lack of style, a lack of fashion, and then you look like a fucking you look like you.
Hey, Chad, you should say by the way. Say by the way. Say it.
By the way, hey man, sorry, you're gonna hear.
By the way, David.
By the way.
You're supposed to kick me out, you dumb fuck.
I can't because you're admin with
No, remove.
There you go. Is that better?
By the way. By the way,
let's speak a little bit.
By the way.
By the way, hang on, Charlie. No, by the way, hang on, Charlie.
Keep me back on.
By the way, Hangman.
All right.
Oh my gosh, she's so sweet.
Who?
Sometimes you need.
Oh yeah, she is.
Sometimes you need a hang.
Oh my god, look at how she just pulled.
Yeah, I need over.
I know you want porker.
Are we gonna end this show? Or are we gonna do jokes?
She's just sweet, you know.
Let's do jokes right now, Sully.
Oh, I was gonna say the joke is sitting right next to.
All right, let's do the jokes, Danny. Let's get.
I'm not referring to.
Like, are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about David.
All right.
Danny, I got 2% on my phone, so you better give me a very good zinger. Otherwise, I'm gonna fucking make an example of you like I did David.
Okay.
I better laugh.
Charlie, here, Charlie, you want to read this joke that I'm sending in private chat?
Okay, let's see. All right. Blonde white woman are driving for Uber. We are definitely heading for a recession.
Wait, what?
Blonde white women are driving for Uber. We are definitely heading for a recession.
Explain the joke. Explain the joke, please. That was not.
No one needs to. No, they can figure it out.
That was the worst joke. Like your joke made David's whole existence relevant.
What are you talking about?
That makes no sense.
Well, that's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Well, because you're a joke, David. So if that joke was so bad,
here,
what the fuck?
Here, somebody want to read? Here, Charlie, you want to read? Try that one.
Okay. DoorDash is introducing a premium DoorDash Plus service where they will actually attempt to get your order right. All right, you gotta chuck on my woman, but she's also done some DoorDash, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't give a fuck about their orders. I was just the delivery.
Yeah, I know. You just tossed my order at my window. Right,
I'm just saying that's the thing about DoorDash drivers.
Wait, Dragon, I have a question for you.
Can you annoy Chayton with the queen?
What was that?
Said you blew fucking weed. Oh hell no.
What weed is there?
Daddy is a bitch, so he calls me ice cream.
What the? I'm on. Did you hear that, Dragon?
You say queen?
No, yeah, but can you hear that? See, David ruined it, everything. Anyway, we're going to get going. David, you suck donkey ass. Later, guys. And Danny, work better on your joke material.
Okay, here's my joke. A student in Tokyo was arrested after trying to cheat in an exam with a headphone the size of a grain of rice. Police thought they'd also caught a second suspect, but he just turned out to be a messy eater. Alright. I like that.
All right, David and Danny.
What did you say?
Take it easy. I'm gonna take off.
All right. Well, that's just.
All right, take care, Dragon. Do one more joke.
I'll do one more joke. Okay.
And then we'll play the baseball segment.
Wildlife officials say why they are getting more black bear sightings this year, and that reason is, yes, you guessed it, more black bears.
You are fake news.
Well, what a crazy episode tonight, wasn't it, Danny?
I agree.
But that's how we do things here on the network, you know. But oh, here's one.
I don't know about that.
Maybe. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode of 0,000. We have the baseball segment to play, and that'll be it for the program. Danny, do you have anything you want to talk about before we end this?
GameShow Fan 2001 on the way to 2,000 subscribers, and you can buy stuff off my Redbubble account. GameShow Fan 2001. The money goes to a good cause.
Yes, money does go to a good cause.
Yeah, use it you gotta use it for the right causes, man.
So, all right, Joey, take it away.
There we go. All right, guys, we are back after a long absence. Hope you enjoyed your All-Star break because we are in for a big one today. I'm going to announce this right off the bat. The trade deadline is a week from today. And a lot of teams, some of them are selling, some of them are buying, and we will talk about that a little bit. I will lead off with this, though. Right off the bat, Seattle is making moves, looking to keep themselves in the playoff race. They received Josh Naylor from the Diamondbacks, who are only 5.5 back, so I don't know the move there, but they give up 2 prospects, their number 13 prospect and the number 16 prospect to the Diamondbacks. Naylor's hitting .292. Big bat, gets on base and everything. Heart of a very big competitor. Johnny, let's hear about what you got to say about that for your Seattle Mariners here.
Well, this could very well be the trade that kind of puts them over the top, so to speak. Although we have to look at the other side of the coin, Arizona's POV. It's kind of crazy that they are 2 years removed from a World Series appearance and now they're sellers. I don't know what their mindset is, but for the Mariners, this this should work very well in their favor, I think.
Well, it gives them a big first baseman, which I don't think they've had in a while now, where they haven't had that big power bat. And I know for sure that's going to give them a little bit of a jolt here. Meanwhile, we have from the White Sox, that south side of Chicago, we got Mr. DeJesus. You want to talk about big bats? This guy met the never call him Howard, Big Jim Tomei. And I think the White Sox are turning a corner here. They have 36 wins. They are not doing as bad as they were last year. Historically, they're about ready to pass their win total from last year. Do you think they sell at the deadline? I know it's a time where selling would be okay, but you want them to bring that prospect pool for themselves.
Well, before I get to that, we came out of the All-Star break. We won 5 of the 6 games on the road trip, including getting our first sweep of the season against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park, where we scored 27 runs in that series at PNC Park. And then we went down to Steinbrenner Field, the temporary home of the Tampa Bay Rays, where we beat the Rays, who, to me, are the most surprising team in baseball this year. I did not think they were going to do anything, and they're right there in the wild card hunt for the playoffs. And we took 2 out of 3 from them, including last night, in which Kyle Teal hit his first career major league home run. So I was very, very excited about that. But despite all that, all the good play we've had on this road trip, and we're coming back home for 3 against the Cubs. Crosstown Classic continues. And then we have 3 against the Philadelphia Phillies. We're gonna sell. We're absolutely gonna sell at the deadline. Adrian Hauser's gonna go. Aaron Savali might go. Luis Robert, I don't know what we're gonna get from him, but he's gonna be probably gone. A bunch of our other pitching is gonna be gone. But I hope that this can open the door for someone like a Hagen Smith or a Noah Schultz to potentially get an August call-up. I would love to see what we have in them. Colson Montgomery, of course, got called up at the beginning of the month. He's been playing some pretty good baseball, but we're definitely going to be sellers, and I hope that we can get at least some good stuff back from other teams that are looking to contend.
I just took a look at Luis Robert's numbers. Luis Robert, however you want to say it. He's one of the guys I'm very surprised is still there. Aaron Savali, he's bounced around Cleveland. He's been with the Padres. Now he's with Chicago. I think that'll be a decent haul if they're able to get rid of those 2. Adrian Hauser is a toss-up for me, coming from Milwaukee to pitch for the South Side and everything. There's a lot that Chicago has improved on, and I give them a lot of credit for that. They're about ready to win their 40th game of the season soon, and they're on a 5-game winning streak. Now we go to the North Side with the Northsiders, the second best record in all of baseball, trying to catch the Brewers and everything. What do you think they could do better?
Well, it's not really a problem. When the Cubs came out of the All-Star break, they were struggling a little bit. I mean, PCA is still doing PCA things, as I like to call it. But he's had a little injury, some bruises where he's taken a day off, and that actually costs them when he takes a day off. I mean, because there's a lot of MVP talk circling around him. He played in the All-Star game and did really well. And as far as the trade deadline goes, the Cubs GM is not really giving much away in the media, but he says there's not one person that's not tradable, is what he's come out. But also our friend Kyle Tucker, he wants to talk, because I think he wants to stay with the Cubs and see what they can do, and that would be one of the best things to hang on to.
All right, so for right field wise, the Cubs haven't had a solid right fielder in a while, so I think keeping Kyle Tucker, but the biggest problem is always going to be money, because that he wants, and
that's been the Cubs' problem for a while, is especially the money factor.
Because they're idle tonight, but Tucker has been having a great season, and that's his biggest thing. Is a 4-WAR player got let go by the Astros. 18 home runs, 275 average, 23 steals. You're having a guy that's going to possibly go 30-30, and he wants to get paid, and he's on a 1-year, $16.5 million contract. You got to sign that guy, or I don't know what the rule is, because I know I played enough out of the park baseball. Maybe you get a competitive balance pick in return, but again, Tucker's on the right side of 30 right now. He's not 30 yet. He's only 28. So I say lock him up long term. He's in his prime.
Well, and jumping back to Pete Crow Armstrong for a minute, they need to really talk to him, because at this point that man can write his own ticket.
Yeah, and that's just it. You got that guy. PCA is going to be that guy who brings money. He will keep Wrigley moving. He will keep Wrigley full. He reminds me of Sandberg all the way.
100%.
Got to keep
Speaking
of
Sandberg, this past weekend in the series against the Red Sox, Kerry Wood threw out the first pitch, and he was wearing a Sandberg jersey.
It gets me right here, knowing that the Cubs did not win a World Series when Sandberg, Wood, Pryor, any of those guys were there.
Sosa
and there's been a ton of support for Ryan Sandberg at any of the games the Cubs have been playing lately. You've got John Lester that's showing up. Who else showed up the other? Bobby Dernier showed up and sang the seventh inning stretch wearing a Sandberg jersey. So they are 100% behind him.
So my number one thing is, what is the best road stadium you would love to go watch baseball at? A road stadium. It could be any stadium. It doesn't even have to be a stadium that exists anymore. Past, present, any of those stadiums. Johnny?
Well, I go to Dodger Stadium each year every July, but if I had to pick if I didn't have to pick that one, then I'd say Toronto's Rogers Center, because even though it was opened at a time when artificial was still prevalent, they've kind of spruced up the place over the past few years. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing them host the All-Star game there in 2027.
I would love that, actually, because I know next year, and I know Brandon's very excited because he loves Philly. He loves himself some Philly. They got the All-Star game next year, and they've had it at Veterans Stadium as well previously. I love that. I love that they're bringing the baseball culture to Philly next season. But Toronto, very good venue. Rogers Center, it's always been a great place. Even when I play there in video games, always open air, very nice place to be. Brandon, you're up next.
I'm going to go with a past stadium that is not around anymore, and I'm going to go with the Kingdom. I've always wanted to go to the Kingdom when it was around. Like, I would watch old school like games, like the double, of course, like with Edgar Martinez, and I would watch other highlights from that stadium, and it just looks so cool. Just all the AstroTurf, so many seats, and I could imagine it being real loud, kind of like how Lumen Field is with the Seahawks now. That would be such an incredible place, I think, to go to a road game, especially a playoff game. That would be insane.
I'll tell you something. I went to a few games at the Kingdom back in the day when it was still there, even though I can't remember what games they were. I was just a young kid back then, so it's all kind of a blur for me.
Nice.
See, that gets me goosebumps because being an A's fan like I was, I can't imagine the amount. That's what they call the 12th man now in Seattle when they opened up Lumen Field, which was known as Quest Field for the longest time. The 12th man, the 10th man, your home field advantage, home or on the road. When you go to an opposing team's stadium and you see that fan support, you're thinking, uh-oh, we may be in trouble. Because when fans travel, you should be worried. That's what fandom is. And I know this is going to be a good one, too, because this is coming from a guy. The fans, whether they win, they lose, whether they're good, they're bad, They always show up. So, Josh, I'm willing to
Well,
hear this.
I actually have two, and they're not Wrigley Field.
Oh, okay.
I would say old Yankee Stadium, the original one, and Candlestick Park in San Francisco.
Oh man, I only ever got to go to Candlestick once, and I was a baby at the time. But based off what I heard, it was the place to be, whether it was baseball, football. But people said you actually feel like you went to a ball game there. It was like with Veterans Stadium, which hosted baseball and football. It's the multi-purpose stadiums that always seem to be better. I know they're doing it now with Wrigley Field. Want to know what I say they shouldn't do? Play football at Wrigley Field. I know the Cubs did it. I know the Bears did it a long time ago before they had Soldier Field to themselves, but don't ever put goalpost in front of the basket at Wrigley ever again.
That is
I would agree.
Kind of.
I would agree. 100% agree.
I'm sorry, but there's certain places that should never be used as a football stadium ever again. The Coliseum was fine because the Coliseum, it took them 12 hours. Just flip the field.
Yeah.
That's all. And that's why I don't mind it now, because the one that I love the most is not LA's Wrigley Field. That thing was not fit for baseball. I'm sorry. It was so short. At LA's Wrigley Field, it was awful. You had to run a country mile for anything hit to the right center, right field. But my one that I like was the LA Memorial Coliseum when they were using it for both.
That's a beautiful building.
That is what you call home field advantage. They held the Olympics there. The Dodgers played there. In 2008, they played there. The largest baseball crowd ever at 104,000 people. Bless you. Bless you. But it was you get goosebumps because over 100,000 fans there to see a baseball game. It makes you feel like when they play the games in Venezuela, in the Dominican Republic, in all those places. It's the goosebump effect. Okay, so this one is where you play hardball, because this is the one that David gave me, and this is one that's going to kind of hit home for you guys, because I know David this is kind of like a punch in the dick. I put it bluntly. But what is the biggest shock you've seen your team do at the trade deadline? This time, I'm going to start with the White Sox fan because it feels like the Cubs have done theirs and the Mariners have done theirs. But I want to hear from Brandon first.
You know, I'm going to go with the Ken Griffey Jr. trade in 2008. I just never in my life thought that I would see my two favorite baseball players of all time, Jim Thome and Ken Griffey Jr., on the same team. And it happened in 2008. And I, as an 11-year-old kid at that time, thought, okay, we're winning the World Series. Little did I know that Ken Griffey Jr. was approaching 40 at that point and had almost no power left. But even then, it was so cool to see both of those guys on the same team. We did make the playoffs. We got swept by Tampa Bay, unfortunately. But that was definitely a very shocking trade, and my jaw definitely dropped when I first heard about it.
Just incredible. They had 3 guys hit 30 or more that season, and then they had 2 guys hit 600 or more too. So that's one of the only teams to ever have that. But I didn't expect Griffey to get traded from Cincinnati either back then. I was only 13 when that trade happened, but probably because I don't normally give myself a chance for these, but the biggest trade that I remember, at least, I had just gotten out of high school. I'd only been out of high school a month and a half. The Cespedes trade back in 2014. The John Lester Cespedes trade. I hated Billy Beane for it every single day since. They went and go get John Lester. And then in another trade, they go and get some Marja and Hamill from the Cubs.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out where the hell they're going because they were so far in first place. It was like the bottom fell out of everybody because Yoenis Cespedes was only 3 years in at that point, and he only played another 6 after that. But tore my heart out because Cespedes was one of the best players they had at that point. They falter against the Royals and that. And then
Lester started that wild card game, didn't he?
Yes, and the lasting image for A's fans at that point was Josh Donaldson, who never played another inning for the A's, was him missing that ball down the left field line to end that game. He never played in Oakland again. That base hit from Salvador Perez, that was my lasting image of Donaldson. He could not play third base to save his life. But enough about my heartbreak from a team that no longer exists. Johnny, biggest shock your team has dealt, Mariners or Dodgers, all at the trade deadline?
Well, for the Mariners, the biggest one was the fact that they traded a very disgruntled Randy Johnson to Houston in the summer of 1998. That was, at the time, pretty painful. But the three guys the Mariners got from the Astros would turn out to play very integral roles in the 2000-2001 playoff runs that they had. So I guess it worked out in the end. Now, as for the Dodgers, Manny Ramirez from Boston, holy. He did okay in that first half season in Los Angeles, then kind of petered out in the subsequent years. So,
okay, I completely forgot about Manny from Boston. That was a three-way trade, by the way. That was a three-way trade that involved Brandon Moss, Jason Bay, and Manny. And the three players that were involved in that Astros trade, Carlos Guillen, who would go on to play a role for Seattle and for Detroit later, John Halama, and Big Freddie Garcia, who would go on from Seattle to go play for the White Sox in 2005 and win a ring. You want to talk about a domino effect now. That's something for both sides because Manny Ramirez would also go to play for the White Sox at the end, including wearing that weird St. Patrick's Day green White Sox jersey.
Hitting a home run in it.
And hitting a home run in it. That is my one thing that I think up in the back of my mind. I'm like, when the hell did Ramirez go there? It's same faces, different places type thing. But now that you've stunned me a little bit, I'm going to see what Josh has because I know the Cubs have done their harm and done their good at the trade deadline in the past.
Well, and I don't remember too much from the past today, unfortunately, but the most recent one I remember is when we blew up the World Series team in 2019, where you took away Javier Baez and Anthony Rizzo for the prospective trades to the Yankees and the Tigers at the same time. I mean, you think about that. They were just from a fan perspective, they were the draw because they were on that dream team. And when those two got released to the prospective teams, there was upheaval on the north side of Chicago.
So you were close with that Baez trade was the PCA trade. That was with the Mets.
Yes, but there were a lot of people upset about that trade though when that actually did happen because PCA hadn't come up yet and he was still down in farm system.
Well, if I had to balance it out, the Mets screwed themselves. They lose Baez, and then he's now an all-star in Detroit after everything he went through to be an all-star center fielder. Not a shortstop, not a second baseman or a DH, a center fielder.
Yes.
And now in New York, they've got the aging 36-year-old Starling Marte playing center field. That has to hurt for sure. And I'm glad Kurt isn't here. He would, because I can talk about this. Normally I lay off on that stuff. But the last question I have, because we got plenty of time left. Loudest stadium. Loudest stadium. Because I know Brandon brought up a good point, and so did Johnny. Loudest stadium in the majors, other than Philly,
kind of hard to...
and other than your own team. I'm going to
Well, I gotta tell
say,
you.
yeah, go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
Well, other than the Mariners and my Dodgers, the Yankees, not surprisingly, are pretty enthusiastic.
Well, I wouldn't say they aren't. The only thing is, it's the Bronx Zoo, and that's what they've been named for years. The Bronx Zoo has always been very loud. But
indeed,
besides how it was when I never got to go to the reverse boycott. Those tickets sold out so quickly back in 2023. The final game that the A's ever played, that was the loudest I ever heard it. 50,000 plus, just yelling. You don't get that feeling too often where you just hear this almost riotous bunch of people getting upset over something, happy over something. If you ever go to a sellout crowd, just close your eyes for a moment. Let the feeling overwhelm you a bit, because you don't get that wave of energy very often unless somebody tases you. I don't mean that literally, but it just feels like you don't get that type of electricity anywhere. But in all honesty, the loudest place I've ever heard was probably 2015. Was one of the last times the Pirates were in the wild card game against Cincy, the Cueto game, when they were saying Cueto,
2013.
Cueto,
And he dropped the ball.
And he dropped the ball. That is what you call a home field advantage. That is what I would call it. Brandon, loudest stadium.
I'm going to go. See, I had two in mind, and if I had to pick one of the two that I was thinking of, I'm going to say Progressive Field in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Just look at the last several years that Cleveland has been in the playoffs. Like, I go back to 2017 when Lindor hit that grand slam against the Yankees.
Yes, that was
and then
one of the loudest.
And then you go this past playoffs when John Kenzie Noel hit that big home run off Luke Weaver. The whole place exploded, and it was just insane to hear, and it was a beautiful sight to see. Everyone just jumping up and down and going crazy.
I'm almost tearing up because you rarely see that. Jesse, there he is. We're gonna let you get your chance in a moment here.
All right.
Because I went with Johnny, I went with Brandon, Josh. I'm gonna give you a chance next. And then we're going to talk to Jesse because I want him to get his chance. And I'll ask him all three questions, David. Don't worry.
I'll stand with Brandon on this one because I have to agree with that. It's one of the loudest stadiums I've ever heard. I mean, the only other comparison that I could make, but it's my own stadium, was the Bartman incident.
Oh God!
And I know we don't like to talk about the Bartman incident, but you had fans that wanted to find him and do bad things.
All I remember was I was too young to watch it. I didn't start necessarily actually watching baseball until the ALCS of the. I watched the A's on television in 2004. That was when I first started actually watching baseball. But hearing just the ability to just feel it. You don't even have to feel the electricity in a ballpark. But when you know something went wrong against a home team, you want to take cover almost immediately. Almost immediately. And it happens all the time.
And the funny thing about that,
go ahead, Josh.
I didn't get tickets for that game, so I stood outside the ballpark. We knew something went wrong because you could hear it all through the neighborhood.
And that's the scary part is if you are at or in the vicinity of a place where something has gone wrong. You know something has gone wrong. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys to keep a little bit of patience with me. I'm going to ask Jesse the questions like I did you guys earlier because he's here, and I want to make sure I get his time. So, Jesse, we're going to go with you for these 3 questions. Your favorite, what is the best road stadium you love to watch your baseball team play at? Best road stadium.
Whew, man, that's a tough question. I used to love to watch the Astros play against the Braves because I was a fan of the Braves during the Ted Turner era. And man, every time the Astros would go in there, I would always root against the Astros. I'd turn my back on them because I was into the pitchers, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux, those guys were larger than life and legendary. And just the atmosphere is just so great during that time.
See, I love that. I love that. The ability, Turner Field. I love all of that. That's awesome, dude. I love all of that because I think about Atlanta this way. Atlanta was one of the hardest places to play, whether it was Turner Field or County Stadium. Those places were both loud, and they had one of the greatest rotations of a decade. Not a single year, a decade. Especially when you had Denny Nagel and Steve Avery. Or Kevin Millwood for that brief period. Atlanta deserves so much better in that time. Second question for you. And these guys have already blown my mind a little bit, especially with the Manny trade that involved Jason Bay and all that. The Griffey trade and everything else. They've gotten me just mystified with their knowledge so far. So now it's on you. The biggest shock, and one of them was already mentioned with the Astros, the Johnson trade, the Randy Johnson trade. So if you want to give your take on that's fine. But the biggest shock the Astros have done, Astros or Rangers, at the trade deadline in the past.
I think the Randy Johnson trade was big. I mean, you had Larry Dierker was the manager at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I just couldn't believe we had that presence, and then later on when we were starting to in the mid 2000s when we were going for that world title, we added Roger Clemens to the roster, Andy Pettitte. I mean, we were going all in that year. It just, for us to fall short, and Bagwell, lost his shoulder that year.
That 2005 team, honestly, I was a really big fan of baseball. I still am now, but not as much because my team is no longer around. But in 2005, once the A's didn't make the playoffs, I wanted Houston to win the World Series. And Brandon don't hold it against me, but it's not that I hated the White Sox. It's just that the Astros, their road through that playoffs where they beat Atlanta, the Berkman Grand Slam to put them within a run in the NLDS, then the home run by Osmus that just barely went over the yellow line. And I mean within inches of not going over that yellow line. And then my family, who was probably mad at me because I made them watch this, in the middle of freaking October, it was a hot October night, 18 innings. Chris Burke, the utility infielder, hits that home run in the 18th inning off rookie Joey Devine to send him to the pennant. And then they face the Cardinals, their long nemesis and everything.
Yes.
They win that one in 7 games as well. And then they just get swept by the White Sox. And Jesse, this has actually been gnawing at me a little bit because Mark Burley was such a great pitcher. You remind me of him with the facial hair and everything. It's just the distinct facial hair. You remind me of Mark Burley in a way. I thought it was kind of funny, but it's out there. But the final question is, and we just were tapping on it while you came in. The loudest stadium besides your own team and Philly in Major League Baseball. The loudest stadium in Major League Baseball.
I remember during the Texas Rangers run, man, that was when they were playing. I think the first World Series they went to, I think it was San Francisco, and then when they would go to their stadium, man, the roar of the crowd was loud, even though Texas, choked in those.
I wouldn't say they choked, but I agree that, because I've been to San Francisco. It was a day game, not a night game, but it seems like no matter what stadium you go to, day game, the energy's not as much there. Night games, 100% changes everything. Like if you went to Arlington Stadium, that was a heat trap. I would say the biggest heat trap there is, because it was always hotter during the evenings. They had the All-Star game there in '95, but I think Arlington was a loud stadium. Wrigley's always better during the summer because there's more fans. They're all boosted up and everything. They're drunk. Dodger Stadium is a lot better in the evening because the dusk falls down and everything. And to me, Dodger Stadium at night is a playoff atmosphere 100% of the time. Because it's that feeling of once the lights come on and the sun goes down, you're in playoff baseball every single time. And when you're in Chicago for the White Sox games, they haven't had the playoffs very often, but it seems like every game they play in is always must win. And Houston now, too. I know they're not winning today, but when they're winning baseball teams, I feel like fans are a lot happier when teams are winning. And when they're losing, they're not there as often, but they're still faithful to the need to win. And that's why I like baseball so much. Because it's not the loudest, because I've been to games where there's 20,000 fans and it feels like there's a sellout crowd. If you're still faithful to your team, win or lose, that is the spirit of baseball. That is my take. We've heard what these guys have had to say, and even though not everyone was here the whole time, that's okay. I'm more than happy to see the people here, happy to hear what they have to say, and I value their input just as much as everyone else. This is the weekly baseball rundown, folks. This is the best of the best. I got 5 guys here that love baseball and know about baseball. If Kurt was here, I would have heard his take too, and I would have been happy. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And thank you guys very much for another weekly baseball rundown. Mr. Ortiz, you're welcome always. Thank you. You matter, brother. All you matter to me. And I'll see you guys next Thursday. Let's watch some baseball. Let's enjoy ourselves. Y'all have a good evening. Good night.
Good night. Take care.